Yeah, at the bar radio.
Big Billy man. Bar radio.
Yeah, at the bar radio.
You already know this the king of Philly, man. At the bar radio, man. Right.
It's a different day, no, it's the same story, nigga. I've been winning, retired like I'm Robert Hoover, nigga. Niggas thought they knew me, but I'm here to make my story bigger. Keep that life recorded with me, always know I'm that clipper. At Gilly, didn't know my vote better.
Babies make a creamer too. I never tried it.
I don't drink, baby. I never had those.
Well, then how you gonna say you don't drink it? You don't know.
I don't drink it because I never drank, so I haven't drank it.
So you should try it.
I'm in the mood for liquor tonight. I don't want these sweet beverage. Whatever.
Sweet beverage.
Yeah, I thought that's probably got
Beverage can get you on the floor.
I'm not saying that it don't, but I'm not in the mood for anything sweet. I want something straight liquor tonight. I ain't drank since I ain't had no liquor since I ain't been on the show. Shit. I told you only time I drink when I come over here.
So there's been some bottles that you took home and then brought back, and they was like almost gone.
I drink beer most of the time. If I buy a bottle to come here, yeah, but I haven't bought a bottle because I haven't been on the show. I bought a little shot of Jim Beam. That's it. Yeah, I only have a bottle right there. I'm going by when I said I'm coming.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm
Trying to corrupt everybody.
doing something else tonight. Thank you for offering it. Thank you.
She always try to corrupt me.
First of all, that's not corruption. That's sharing. Sharing is caring. You might want to, because Bailey's is best cold. Do you have ice? Because Bailey's is supposed to be served cold. It's not cold.
Oh, it's not cold.
Yeah, it should be cold. See, I put it in something that got ice in it, so I'm good.
Well, I came up in the food, so, you take it as it comes.
But you had Bailey's before.
Yes.
So there you go. You already know.
I know what I'm saying. Yes, because you're sharing and yes.
Sharing is caring.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank
It's cool. You sure CPIII? Just think of it as chocolate milk.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, thank you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got a coworker, his wife, she has this with her coffee every morning, So, yeah.
Yo, bro.
Wow.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on at the bar? Yo. It is me, 151. And we got CP3 in the building.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Let's go CP3 in the building.
You know it. It's been 2 weeks. I ain't been on the air with y'all, man. I missed y'all, bro. I missed y'all.
And you got DJ Grip in the building. What up, DJ Grip?
Hello, good evening.
Making a quick appearance, getting some pictures, some alcoholic beverages at the bar radio. You know, that's what we
And
do.
we got Lady Antoinette in the building.
Hello.
What up, DJ Grip?
Making a quick appearance. That's fitting. That's fitting for your name. Hearing bottles clink. That was just. That's gonna be your new intro. We should have make sure we're gonna use that for an intro now. And say, Lady Antoinette, clink, clink. Bottles clinking together. It just goes hand in hand. That's gonna be your new intro. Yeah, the shake, rattle, and roll.
It's it hits you.
Mm.
So it
Definitely
warm.
shake, rattle, and roll.
Yeah, it's a warm,
It's a warm
Totally.
feeling inside.
Rattle and roll.
warm, toasty feeling.
I'm just saying, that's a big ass bottle.
I don't understand what the problem
And
is.
I just know I got bottle envy right now because
Definitely
I pulled my bottle out and then she came in with Gigantor.
I mean,
She couldn't even put it in the bag. She couldn't even put the bottle in the bag to pull it out. It was she just came in with
I
the
got
bottle.
me hide that shit.
I pulled my bottle out.
That bottle is bigger than some of the kids I want.
And the Bucks have just trimmed the lead to 7 points with 4 minutes left. I told you the game. I told you.
Please stop, Tom Brady.
I told y'all the game is not over with Brady and the NFL involved, man. The Rams just got to get a sustained drive to not let them get the ball back or score so they can't come back. It's
So CP3, you did something very interesting today.
what that is.
what you do?
You pissed off a lot of people with a comment.
Oh yeah, you know, I've been sitting back since the Washington football team season has been over and just been, you know, looking at social media. I've been on Twitter. See, Twitter is wild. I had no idea. I was on Twitter for, you know, when I first started the show and started writing, but I haven't really been on there as much. But I've been trying to get my engagement back up. So I've been reading some of the comments from some of the fans, and the way they demonize Daniel Snyder is crazy. The Snyder curse. They blame that man for everything. And I just put a post out there that if you know the history of the team, we actually had an owner that traded the first pick of the draft because he didn't want to draft a black player. We had a lot of folks love Jack Kent Cook, but there's a secret you guys don't know about Jack Kent Cook that a lot of folks don't talk about. Jack Kent Cook was also a little racist himself also. That when Joe Gibbs was here, he was the middleman for Jack Kent Cook and the black players. Hence, when Joe Gibbs retired, the team started taking that turn before he even sold the team to Snyder. So, and if you look at the history of the franchise, they're only a 500 franchise. We had a decade where they were great, won 3 Super Bowls, but other than that, they've been a 500 franchise since they were founded. So this isn't some storied franchise like the Steelers with their, you know, Super Bowl and the steel curtain and their decades of, you know, playoff appearances. Not even the Cowboys who had their run in the 70s and their run in the 90s. We're not in that class, but because certain DC sports media outlets blow that smoke up your ass and you believe it, and now you're on social media spouting all of this stuff about how he's ruined the franchise, but the franchise was never really that great. We had a good run for a 10-year stretch out of 80 plus. That's not a storied franchise.
I
So
don't think he's a good owner. But I don't think that he's the cause of everything on the team.
I mean, his biggest mistake, besides when he first took over the team, treating it like a fantasy football team, because he was a business owner. He was a businessman, and he looked at it as a business and not as a football team. The only difference between him and Jerry Jones is Jerry Jones had a football background. That's why when he made those moves earlier in his ownership, the team was successful. Snyder, he didn't have that football background, so he didn't understand that it's not just about plugging people on the field and everything's going to work out and you're going to win. And unfortunately, it took him a long time to learn that. And now, with the new regime that's in there, you have a football-minded coach, you have a football-minded front office, and he stepped back. A lot of fans were complaining that he's too hands-on and he needs to step back and let, you know, the football guys do it. Now he's doing that. Oh, you can tell he doesn't care. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't, you know, do this or do that. So it's like you can't have it both ways. Yeah. So he's stepped away, just like with Bruce Allen. A lot of fans demonize him, but he was brought in for one thing, to fix the salary cap. And that's what he did. Right now, we're in the prime spot. That's why this offseason is going to be so key for this team via draft and free agency, because they have a lot of cap money. You have an expiring contract on Brandon Sheriff, who I don't care how many times he say he wants to be a lifetime Washington football player. He's not going to be here because we're not re-signing him to another franchise tag. They already offered to make him the highest paid guard in the league, and he turned that down. So besides him not being able to stay healthy, he hasn't played a full season since 2018. So he's made $18 million in the last 2 years, and if they re-sign him to a franchise deal, he's looking to make $25 million, which would then make him the highest paid guard on top of what they already offered him.
Right.
So, and honestly, when Wes Schweitzer came in, he played guard just as well. So pretty much he's going. So that's another 18 million cleared up. Landon Collins, if he doesn't take a pay cut, he's gone. He's 17 million on the books. So between those two players right there, you're looking at 35 million in cap space, and they're already, I believe, 35 million under the cap. With most of their first round draft picks still locked up, they're probably going to extend Sweat. They're probably going to extend Terry. They're going to throw the whole Brinks truck at Terry because they don't even want him to touch the free agents market. Because so
The Brinks truck though.
the Brinks truck,
whole truck?
Fort
But he
Knox.
said they're gonna throw it.
They gonna throw it at him. They gonna like, dude, you
That's
gonna take
a
this.
visualization.
Yeah, they
there.
gonna throw it
to
at
see
him.
someone pick up a Brinks truck and
They
just
like-
throw it.
We gonna give you a blank
So
check.
you're not a
You just saying.
superhero fan? Because that sounds like
Hey.
something in one of them.
I've been hanging around y'all, man. Shit, reading comic books and shit,
You've been
watching
reading
Marvel.
comic books?
I've been scrolling them online. You know, I ain't actually get the comic book, but you know, I check out. You know, I go
It's like
check
a
out.
nigga saying they read playbook.
Hey, man, I look at the pictures too.
Two? So you read it?
Sometimes there's some interesting stuff in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Anyone
I
with
bet you don't
Marvel
remember
playbook.
none of them.
My memory's not heated on those things. That's just when I'm trying to relax and just get
No,
away
that's
from a
when you're
stressful day.
lying.
No, it's just something just to put some stuff in my head so I'm not thinking about it.
What?
Because my mind is always working.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I have to do other bullshit just to take my mind off of the stuff that's going on in my life.
Okay, like read the
Yeah,
articles
read.
and
Yeah, read.
like-
Well, I don't read. I've never really been a Playboy fan.
Penthouse.
Nah, hell nah. Man, you know, I'm looking at the.
Hustler.
Maxim.
Nah, I was, you know, the
Black
old.
Tails.
Yeah, shit like that. Yeah, I was in the old school, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Penthouse.
So, yeah, it's crazy. Out
Hustler.
here, right?
It is.
Black
Crazy
Tails.
world. But yeah, watch the football fans. It's gonna be alright.
Yeah.
February 2nd, they're announcing the new name and logo and brand and everything on
2222.
on NBC today. I don't know how that happened, but I'll be checking it out.
It's
And
big news.
I really, like I said before, I really don't care. I would rather it could stay Washington football team for all I care. Honestly, I don't mind that.
So it should be.
Yeah, it's just
Leave it like that.
yeah, as long as you win, I don't give a damn what your name is. Just win and improve. Because winning cures all. You know, no matter what the name is, everybody think it's going to be Commanders, and everybody's trying to go online and unblur the image and say this is what they saw. So honestly, I don't care. I'm glad it's finally going to be over.
Yeah.
Because I'm just tired of everybody talking about it, fans, media included. It's just like, come on. And once that happens, then, you know, then we can focus on the real football stuff, the off-season draft coming up, some of the Senior Bowl. A lot of folks are upset because Coach Rivera is going to be there, but he's sending other coaches. Man, they want to take some time off. Like, the man just finished fighting cancer a year ago. Shit, what the fuck?
You're right.
Let the man spend some time with his family. But yeah, then I get into a little bit of hockey. You know, the Capitals are going through a rough stretch lately. They had an overtime win, came back on Ottawa last night. They were down 2-0. Ovi scored 2 goals in the third, and Nicholas Backstrom made a filthy play in overtime to steal the puck and hit a nasty backhand top shelf to get the Capitals 2 points. They still have some health issues. TJ Oshie's still out. Nicholas Backstrom just came back. He's been out most of the season. They're sitting in, I believe, 3rd place still. The Rangers are in 1st place, which I can't believe I'm saying that because I definitely didn't expect them to be in 1st. But with some of the games that were missed due to COVID. Nah, because when we played them early in the season, you know, we bust their ass, and, you know, because they was supposed to be more of a physical team to counter what, you know, Tom Wilson did to, you know, one of their players. And, you know, they tried to be more physical, and we pretty much handled it, but we haven't played them since. And because some of the games were canceled due to the COVID protocols and stuff like that, which are going to be made up through the Olympic break because the NHL players aren't going to the Olympics. So they rescheduled that 3-week break that it was supposed to be for the Olympics for all the games that were missed to be made up. So you can check out the page, the listing on sportsothp.com on our website or on the Facebook page with all the games going to be made up in that 3-week span. It's like 6 or 7 games. So yeah, they're definitely going to be busy. And the Wizards,
They lost.
yeah, Last I checked, they were in like 10th place in the division, out of
I was a
playoff.
little upset about that.
Yeah, coach was in COVID protocol. He should be coming back, I believe, tonight. The coach, I believe they have a game. They already did, I think, at 3:30. I did all that game. Yeah, I haven't really. I'm not a basketball fan. I was watching, and it's crazy that when they were playing as well they were without Bill, that when he came back, it's like something they just couldn't get it back together.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but the NBA Roundtable will definitely talk about that tomorrow night on Sports in the Hill also, and we'll talk about these NFL playoff games. We already had both number 1 seeds get knocked out. Tennessee got put out yesterday. San Francisco put out Green Bay, which I predicted also, and looked like
You hate Green Bay.
it's not a hate Green. I just don't like all the hype that Aaron Rodgers gets.
Oh man.
I can't.
He's a good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback, but he's not how great everybody makes him
Right,
seem.
but don't allow what they say to make you hate this man.
No, but he's also a piece of shit.
Okay, so is Brady.
Yeah, but Brady had 7 rings. I can
I'm
pardon
just
that.
saying,
He has
though.
1 ring, and everybody makes the excuse, "Oh, he never had help." Say what? So he did it all himself when he went to the Super Bowl. Okay, all right. It's not 21 other people on that field. Okay, miss me with that bullshit. Now he's going to be a free agent. He's already said he's not going to be there for the rebuild. So now there's going to be a bidding war. And then
Yeah.
wherever he goes, if they don't win, it's going to be somebody else's fault.
I don't feel like it should be a big bidding war. I like Aaron Rodgers, but he's old. He's old, so I think he should stay and retire in Green Bay.
And word is he's going to Pittsburgh.
I've heard that. However, he's old.
I mean, he's old.
So you think Ben's gonna retire?
No, Pittsburgh have a defense. They defense just got
You
hurt.
think Ben's gonna retire?
Ben's already said he's done.
Yeah, Ben. Honestly, Ben shouldn't be in the league, but that's a whole nother story that has nothing to do with
So you
football.
think Ben's gonna retire?
But he shouldn't have been
You think
playing.
Ben's gonna retire?
But I don't feel like I think
Keeping them rings.
Aaron. I really think he should just stay with Green Bay, honestly, and retire from Green Bay. He's old.
That relationship is fractured.
I
He's still upset because they drafted a quarterback and didn't consult him about it. Who the fuck are you? You a player on the team. Why I gotta tell you who I'm drafting? And then you gonna come out the media and be upset about it?
Caucasian male
Man.
that is the quarterback of a team in Wisconsin. He is acting exactly how he should be, honestly. Because that's what they do. This is Green Bay. First of all, he's like a god in Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's cool. He's still a dick too.
So is Brady.
But Brady has 7 rings.
Okay, but here's the thing.
That's a big
I'm gonna be
difference.
honest. When people say Aaron Rodgers didn't have help, I understand. I don't agree with it necessarily. I think it is insulting to the other people on the team. However, he didn't have a super team.
Even Brady never had a super team.
Brady at least had people he brought with him to Tampa Bay.
I mean, Tampa Bay Gronk. I mean, that dude is just his size is just ridiculous.
But what I'm saying is, Aaron doesn't have that. If he goes to another team, is he gonna bring some people with him? And who?
Because he's a dick. Nobody's gonna follow him. That's the
Here's the
point
thing.
that I'm making.
Brady
Brady
is
is likable though,
But no.
and they know success is going to
Brady
follow
is the
him.
same way. However, Gronk is the same way as Brady. I just had this conversation. Gronk and Brady are like two in the same. There are a lot of men that act just like that in the NFL right now.
Yeah, they're assholes. But most
And
athletes are assholes.
Aaron,
But Aaron is a whole different type. Most people that when they talk to them after they've been friends with or interacted with Aaron Rodgers, they all have the same reaction, either they're still his friend or not. He's a dick.
right? And they say that same thing about Brady.
Yeah, but Brady is at least likable.
Who said that?
Most
said he's
most
likable?
folks most of the folks that's a consensus, and that's most players. That's why they follow him, because he might be a dick, he
When
wins, and
Brady's
he's likable.
playing, he's one way.
Oh yeah, of course.
When he loses, no.
Every athlete's like that. They're one person on the field, and off the field is someone else.
But see,
That's
Aaron is the same.
no. But Aaron is a dick though.
He's
That's
the
the
same
whole
on and
point.
off. At least you know what you get with him.
That dude
Brady,
is
while
a
y'all
dick.
on the field, y'all best friends, and then later on,
I mean,
You see him in the morning, you speak to you.
right?
I mean, hey.
I would prefer the Aaron before I get
What
to
I'm
Brady.
saying, you're
That
paid
nigga
to
walk-
work together.
that
You're
nigga
not
be
paid to
walking
be
right by you
friends.
with a supermodel wife like I ain't cheating.
Just like I say at my job, we're here to make money, not make friends.
Right,
We supposed to
and
be
Aaron
cool. We
is
supposed to.
not going to pretend.
Yeah, I'm not talking about him being a friend. He's just a dick as a person, not
Because
as a
that's who he
friend.
is. He's not going to fake about it. Brady will fake like he's not. And he is.
But we all know he is.
And
He,
Gronk too. Gronk is the same
but he
way.
does that for his promotion. He don't want to lose in the door. He got to keep that fake
Guess
smile on,
what?
and everybody knows.
Aaron has always been the same way.
And that's why
You see
Aaron-
his face on a bunch of endorsements. Don't fake.
I see him on State Farm. What else? I haven't seen him on shit.
I've seen him on a lot of things.
Ask Jake about that State Farm.
Oh, I know Jake living life right now, but Aaron, he just a dick, man.
What's the deal he had? Double check. What is it?
Oh, discount double check.
Yeah, discount double
Yeah, it was
check.
State Farm, man. See, yeah.
Yeah, but real talk though, I think when you say if he's a dick on the field and in real life, I can relate because I always tell people I'm an asshole, so it is what it is.
I would take that before I would take someone who pretends to be my friend. And then,
Right. I can relate because if you do something stupid, I'm gonna call you out on this. So it is what it is. So. But you know, but on some sad news. Oh, wait, before we talk about sad, what's going on with you, Lady Ann, today?
I am behaving myself. That's all I'm gonna say. I am not. Oh, and you were referenced our last show
Oh, really?
because our one of our guests, said something in reference to me shanking people, and
Oh, for
I
real?
don't.
You almost shanked the guest though?
Well,
What happened?
no, I didn't. I didn't almost do it, but I let them know that if more people were coming in, that somebody was probably gonna be in trouble because it was a few of them.
Oh, for real? Dang.
It's like we got more people. It's like,
Yeah, I told him. I was like, no, because I counted as y'all was coming in.
How many people?
It was 4 people.
they were doing it.
Oh, dang.
Like we got
And I
more
was
people.
like, nope. But they were cool people.
They were cool people.
Oh.
I know Phoebe though.
I was about to say, I always got
I
the
told
bag.
them, I was like, y'all good because sometimes we had 2 people and they ignorant. So they was good. But
Yeah, we always had something in the bag. Things got out of hand.
You know what you bring to the video shoots.
Hey,
well, I was looking at them like, do I need to take something out, because y'all know I usually have some things going on. But
Yeah, we know what you bring to
I will say that shout out to PG County Public Schools. I think actually maybe all of Maryland, but I know PG and Montgomery County are sending these kids home with at-home COVID tests. And then you gotta do the test, take a picture and upload it before they go back to school on Monday. So you gotta do it Sunday. Yeah. Shout out to them. Thanks.
PG County got sucked.
Thanks. Because my son, the first time he saw one, he was like, is this a pregnancy test? First of all, what you know about a pregnancy test?
I mean, how old is he?
He's 15.
Oh, you know, come on now.
So who you got to take the pregnancy test? Nah. I'm just saying, it looked like a pregnancy. How you know?
I mean, how old is he?
We watch
You know,
TV,
but it is
man.
legit like a pregnancy.
Yeah, we watch TV.
It got the little lines and everything. 2 lines mean positive. I mean,
You know what?
that's what it is. I'm so serious. But it's crazy because I bought I bought some home COVID tests, and the school ended up giving them the same brand that I bought. And then shout out to our government. If you guys haven't already, they have the link out already. It's active for everyone to get one at every address. You get 4 home COVID tests. So shout out to them. But other than that, I'm good.
I saw the study that said THC might, help help you not get COVID. I think that might be true.
Somebody was high when they said that. They
I'm
don't
just
know.
saying. And I saw no, it was. I didn't read the article, but that's what they say. I was like, that makes sense.
Who is they?
I didn't
Because
read
let
the
me tell you
article.
something. A lot of these they out here lying.
Hey, but it makes sense though. I didn't work every day during the pandemic, and I ain't got nothing.
Well, I don't smoke and I haven't got nothing. And I've been in contact with people who had later on. I found out they had COVID, and I had to go get tested. I was negative.
But you did spend some time at home.
No, what I'm saying,
Working
no,
from home. I was out working in a store.
you forgot where I
Every
worked before
Yeah, I'm just saying. But you did spend some time
at the beginning
working
of
from.
COVID.
Yeah, I was working in the Lowe's, seeing hundreds of people a day.
Hey.
And
Do
I
you
still
remember that I wasn't working from home at the beginning of
and
COVID?
the same thing. I wasn't working from home and none of
And
it.
I didn't get nothing.
Yeah, me
And
neither.
everybody, it was on the news when
I know.
my place of employment got COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not gonna put that on air because I don't want anybody to really know my business. But my place of employment was on the news. I never got it.
Yeah, my whole family got it.
My office before COVID was technically here because they say March of 2020, but that fall in
Yeah, so,
19,
Yeah.
it was really bad. Something bad was going on.
yeah, November,
And the
December.
whole
Yeah.
office was out. Like I'm so sick. Like this wasn't even. This was around Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole office was out. Not because everybody was like on leave, but they were sick. And trust and believe, I was taking my precautions. Then I was spraying stuff, Lysol, hand sanitizer,
Yeah, I had
or wiping
disinfectant
stuff
wipes and everything. Yeah,
down.
I ain't
Yep.
never had disinfectant wipes before.
I did that in the fall of 19. I was constantly wiping stuff down because it was always people in and out, in and out. So, I mean, I don't smoke. So, why you look at me like that? I'm telling the truth.
I'm just saying. I got my theories. You got yours. All right?
I'm just saying, but I mean, a lot of things that get shared to us isn't true.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that one though.
You that's the one.
That's what I'm with. That's what that did. I'm gonna stick with that.
Because a lot of these things they really don't know. You know,
Oh, yeah.
they haven't done enough tests and things like that to really know. The same thing, you know, I've heard that this will be at its peak next month, the Omicron. But like they said that it was gonna happen this month. So they're gonna keep telling, right, they're guessing, but they're presenting it like it's facts. And I don't like that. You don't know. You don't know until it happens.
No, indeed. Well, we lost. Well, actually, Regina King lost her son. He committed suicide. So we sent our prayers out to Regina King,
Yeah.
phenomenal actress.
And her son had an up and coming career himself.
Regina King lost her son.
And then we lost Meatloaf.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny because a guy at my job, older dude at my job, came to me.
And then we lost Meatloaf.
The older dude at my job came
It
to
was
me.
funny
and was like,
because a guy at
did
my
you
job,
notice the guy, the singer that died? I said, Meatloaf, yeah. And he was like,
shut up.
that's
The older dude at my job came to
It
me.
was. So
And he was like,
You noticed the
but
guy,
why was he called Meatloaf? It makes sense. I was just like, yo, that was his name.
that was his name.
I was
I thought
like-
that was strange too back in the day. I was like,
and he was like,
it's a beautiful song. This dude's called
why was
his
he
name is
called Meatloaf? It
Meatloaf.
makes sense.
Because
I was
didn't he
just like, yo,
do
what's his
the
name?
song that isn't that the song
I
from
was like,
Beauty and the Beast? Or what was the one with the Beast? Didn't he do a song for that
For
one?
one of the Disney movies?
Not Beauty and the Beast. What was it called? It was similar to Beauty and the Beast, but it was called something else. It
He was in the
like
Rocky Horror Picture Show. I know he was in that.
right, yeah. But no, it was maybe it was a show. I remember it was a guy with lion looking hair.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you remember
He was in
something?
the
It's called,
Rocky
it's
Horror
called
Picture Show.
Beauty and the Beast.
I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. But I do remember.
But it was like in modern times, and he was living
Oh,
in the
I know
city.
you're
And
Mhm.
it,
It's
I used to
called-
watch
it's
that
called,
show.
Yeah.
And as an adult, I
I
didn't
did
realize
too.
that show sucked.
It did.
That show sucked horrible.
But it was
But
like in
on
modern
the same
times,
day,
and he was
Louis
living in the
Anderson
city. And
passed
Yes, Louis Anderson
I used to
passed
watch
away.
I was like,
As an
man,
adult, I didn't
right
realize.
after Bob
That show
Saget,
sucked.
I'm like, this is a lie.
That show sucked horribly.
It's hitting us over the
Like, you
head.
just want to
Yes,
come in
Louis
stomp.
Anderson passed
It's like you opening the door and you're someone's just stomping. As soon as you open the door.
And Regina, like with her son, his birthday was Wednesday, and then we found out Friday
You want to come in
that he
stomping.
that
It's
he
like you
committed
opening the door,
suicide.
you're
That
too
was
much to stomp
heartbreaking.
into as soon as you open the door.
And that was her only son. And she always spoke so highly of him and talked about their relationship all the time.
But one of the things I always, you know, and I'm very candid about this, you know, mental illness and stuff, especially going through what we're going through now.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And I'm
It's
very
something you
candid
gotta
about
deal
this.
with it. You gotta really seek
You know,
help.
mental illness.
Like I said, I found myself,
stuff, especially
you know,
going
going into
through
depression. I've had,
it's
you
it's
know,
hard. It's
a
something
cousin
you gotta deal
died,
with,
and
and
I
you gotta
had
really seek
my
help.
friend, one of my best friends
Like
died.
I said, I
And
found
I had
myself,
my aunt died. And I had
you know,
my
going into
uncle
depression.
and,
I've had,
and then my stepmom.
you
It
know,
was so
my
much.
cousin died, and I had
I
my
just,
friend,
I
one
would
of my
come
best
home
friends
from work,
died.
and outside of doing
Then
the
I
show,
had my aunt
I wouldn't even do
died.
that. I would come home from work and
my
just,
uncle, and
it'd be like
and then
6
my
o'clock. I
stepmom.
just
It
get in
was
the bed and
so
don't even do
much.
it.
Like
Right.
I didn't even watch TV.
I would
Just
come
there.
home from work, and
And,
outside of doing the show,
you know,
I wouldn't
that
even do it. I
mental
would come home
health
from work
is,
and just,
you know, if you don't recognize
it'd
the
be like
signs,
6
it
o'clock.
can
I just
really
get in the bed and
overtake
don't
you.
even do
Yeah.
anything. Not even
So
watch
I
TV.
stress, you know, definitely,
just
I
there.
encourage people
And,
to, you know, whether
that
it's your
mental
priest, your
health
pastor,
is,
or
you
there's
don't
find
recognize
somebody
the signs.
that's
It
that
can really
you can
overtake
definitely talk it out and
so I stress, definitely.
overcome it.
I
Or
encourage
even a
people
friend,
to,
someone who
whether
you
it's your
know has a
priest, your
positive
pastor, or therapist, find somebody
aspect.
that
Yeah.
you can definitely talk it
So
out.
you don't have to. A lot of times people think they're going
overcome it.
through these things alone,
Yeah.
and you don't have to. But you
Yeah.
know, definitely my
I
condolences
was,
and love to Regina.
like I said, because, you know, and two friends, if you see your friend struggling or
I was
just
definitely
small
like I said,
thing,
because
it could be the
you know,
small thing.
in
Reach out and you
in
can
two
probably make that person's day.
friends,
Yeah.
if you see your
You know,
friend
New Year's, you reached out to me and said, hey, come over.
just the
and,
smallest thing. It could be the smallest thing.
let's
Reach
just
out
do a
and
show
you
tonight.
probably make
And
that
that
person's
helped
day.
me heal.
Right.
You know,
like New Year's,
instead of
reached
being
out
in
to
the
you and said,
house
hey,
and
come over.
depressed and thinking about, you know, I
and,
just lost another loved one.
Let's just
You
do
know,
a show tonight.
we just
that
had fun
helped
and we
me
celebrated friendship
You
and
know,
and
instead of
it
being
led to
in the
me being in
house
a better
and
place
depressed and thinking,
in a positive
man, I
aspect.
just
So,
lost another
you know,
loved one.
definitely,
And,
if
you
you
know,
know
just
one of
had
your
fun
friends
and
or your loved ones
celebrated
is going to
friendship, and
reach out,
and
just
it
say,
led
hey,
to me
let's go
being
to
in
the
a
bar
better
today.
place
Let's
in a
you know, let's go
positive
take some
aspect. So,
pictures or
you know,
go for a
definitely,
walk or
if
whatever. Just
you
reach out and
know
just,
one of your friends or your
help
loved ones
them
is
heal.
going through something, reach
Extend
out.
that hand.
Just say, hey, let's go to the bar.
And
today.
honestly, it's
Let's,
not just someone
let's
like
go
your
take some
peer.
pictures
You
or
know, you
go
have
for a
your
walk or whatever. Just reach out and,
elderly
and
family
just,
members.
you
You
can help
have
them heal.
your kids. I mean, kids are really taking. I don't know what I would have done. Like my daughter, for instance, you know, she was class of 2020. Like they didn't have the last half of their senior year. They didn't have prom. They didn't have graduation. They couldn't tell their friends goodbye. A lot of them were scared to go to school come their freshman year. You know, so a lot of these kids that it's a lot. You know, and they keep going back and forth between virtual and going in, and they're going to school fearful. It's bad.
Can I answer? Can you bring the rum bottle back a little? They bring it to us.
Can I answer? Can we have one favor? Can you
Because it was poking out and it was looking kind of blurry.
the rum bottle back a little?
Oh, that's liquor.
Why are you shaking your head at me?
Nothing. Just liquor.
Poking out, it was looking kind of
Go
blurry.
ahead. Go ahead. I'm just
This
saying.
bottle.
Alright.
It's a beautiful bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a ship.
Nah, might have to partake of some of that.
Oh, but you're not gonna drink no Baileys because you scared.
What dish?
Damn, she's trying to call you out, so.
That's cool.
You don't care.
I done had it happen before. I don't fall for that shit no.
Mm.
Damn,
I was
she
just
trying to call
asking
you
a
out, son.
question. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, what is this anyway?
It's rum. You just said
Oh,
it's rum.
rum?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about
You
rum.
scared of rum too?
Nah, I can't remember if I ever had. I think I had some. What the Captain Morgan rum?
This is not 1993.
That's what I think the last time I had, so I think it was Captain Morgan. I was doing the Captain Morgan too.
This is not 19.
So, a black woman from Detroit was sworn in as a judge by her dad, who is also
So a black
judge.
woman
That's
from
That is dope.
Detroit
That's so cool.
was
Like,
sworn in
that is
as a
dope. That is
judge
dope. That is
by her
dope.
dad, who is also a judge.
That's
That
generational
is
right there.
dope.
Generational greatness.
Like that is dope. That is dope. That
Would
is
you
dope.
date a Judge CP3?
Hell no.
I could answer. I could answer that.
Well, she was sexy.
There's some out there though.
Would you date a
Judge.
a Judge CP3?
Yeah, I think Judge, yeah, cop, no. I didn't been in that situation
Well,
before.
she was
We missed
sexy.
the last, missed it. Buccaneers tied it, and then.
Yeah, I saw 30 to 27.
Yeah.
The Rams won.
Well,
I told you they was gonna find a way.
We lose it. We lost our signal.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the.
Okay. Do you think?
yeah,
Do you think?
trying
I didn't
to-
mean to interrupt.
That's what I just had it
Excuse me, I
on.
didn't mean to interrupt. I just
Oh
like.
no, I told you it was going. That Brady was gonna find a way to tie it up, dog. I told you the game wasn't no. I told you the game wasn't.
You called it. You called it.
Shout out to Spotify for taking my money because they didn't want me. They didn't want it early.
You called it. That's okay. That's okay. We just.
Yeah,
What's the next one on?
Got Buffalo,
CBS, right?
yeah,
CBS,
Buffalo, and Kansas City.
CBS, right?
Oh yeah, I'm about to. I got an NFL app, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You know how we do.
All right.
Streaming, baby.
That's a weird flex, but all right.
Hey man, we get all the sports on Sports OTHP, baby. I can get everything anywhere. Streaming on my laptop, my phone. Shit, I don't give a fuck.
You got
I'm get-
ESPN Plus too.
Nah, I don't like ESPN. Fuck them. They don't do sports.
They gave it to me free because I got a little bundle.
So
Then
CP3.
somebody with HBO Max, you get it.
I got it because of Disney Plus, Hulu,
No,
Yeah.
all that.
well I'm using somebody else.
Oh, you
So
know what?
CP3.
You the reason why they keep raising the price.
It ain't my fault.
It's fine.
Yeah, man. Oh, I've been watching Mayor of Kingstown, bro. That shit real.
That shit ridiculous.
Man, I'm on episode 6, man. I gotta get to watch the next 3.
It's some good stuff. It's some good stuff.
Mhm.
I'm loving the
That
Book
shit
of Boba
ridiculous,
Fett.
ain't it? I told you.
And I'm loving Power season 2. The Tariq is a kid that you just want to beat the fuck out
I feel like
I'm
people
loving
been
this,
saying this for
Book of
like
Boba
10
Fett
years
right
now.
of.
And I'm
Like I
loving
don't watch
season
Power.
2.
The only episode of Power that I
Tariq is a
like
kid
sat
that you
down.
just wanna
Actually, I
beat the
might have
fuck out.
watched the first episode, the very first one, and then I watched the one where Method Man was smashing off like his secretary or something.
Yeah.
And those are the only 2 episodes I've ever seen. And that was the that wasn't the first one. That wasn't the original.
Yeah.
Method Man.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big Power fan. However, I do know that that's been the go-to.
I mean, it's pretty good. Mary J. Blige acting.
Is yeah.
Oh my God.
There've been some complaints, honestly. I've
Mary
heard,
J.
Oh, and you're being nice. You're being nice.
I've heard some
Oh,
complaints.
God bless you, sister. You're
And
being
I have,
nice.
and I've seen
Oh,
her acting before as well.
So you did her acting before. It's like the same character. So her acting is 50 Cent in Get Rich or Die Trying.
So you,
Oh.
so you see her
I feel
acting
like
before, it's like the same
she's
character. So her acting
she's
is
so married
50 Cent
that
in
it's
Get
hard to
Rich or
step
Die
out of
Trying
that.
back.
No, I feel like she sucks as an actress.
Well, no, that's
Exactly.
the definition of it. But the reason why she's not going to be a good actress is because she's
No, I
so
feel like she sucks as an
genuine to
actress.
herself that she can't step out of her zone. She can't step out of herself.
She didn't take the same acting classes that Matt took. That's all.
So here's the thing.
But Matt's been acting much longer. And, you know,
Mary's been acting since that low budget ass movie
she,
from Q-Tip
she
to Fat
hasn't
Joe.
been
I
as
mean,
frequent.
regardless, my point is that you need
Mary's been
whoever
acting
your
since,
acting coach is needs to be
that
fired.
that low
But
budget
see-
Needs to be fired.
But see, at the same time, with her, look, first of all, Method Man is a creator. You know, he's a creative. He's able to have imagination on different levels than Mary. Mary's not the creative. She has talent singing and performing, but she's not the creative. She's not the one that's writing all of her stuff. You know, you look at Method Man in his career, he had to be a creative in order to get to where he was in his music career. So obviously, sometimes he's able to move over into acting because he has that imagination there
You
that
know
she
when
don't have.
you know, so here's the thing about that, and is that when you think of the person who played Tommy, he embodied that character. When you think about the original Power, the person who played Ghost, he embodied that
Well, these are
character.
actors. These are actors.
Tariq, he embodied that character.
Right.
Like this little boy, like we really see it in real life. We probably want to fuck him up because he been pissed him off for like almost 5 years now.
But no, it's no, like this little boy, he was acting before. He had some other roles that people hated him. So they're like, this is literally like the most hated kid ever. Because other roles outside of Power that he's played, he did a really good job. So people don't like this boy. I feel bad for him because I'm sure in public there people are like really doing him dirty.
I was gonna say like, fuck you, Tariq.
But no, he has literally. I think he said this like on his social media or something one time before that people hate him. It's like they love him, but they hate him, and that just means that you're a good actor.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it does mean that you're a good actor.
Exactly.
But Mary's not an actress.
Exactly.
She
She
delivered
got to
them,
convince me.
she delivered them lines like she was still reading.
Yeah.
Because literally, okay, when you're acting, you do have lines, which is reading. She can't deliver them because she does not have that concept. That like I said, she's not a creative. She doesn't have that creative concept.
But isn't it? But at the end of the day, isn't it about just you just being able to deliver? And you hired to do a job, and you delivering. I mean,
She's not capable. She really shouldn't have got the role, but that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
I think that she got the role because she's married, not because she was the best actress. And I'm gonna be real. Like if I was an actress, right, and I went up for that role, and I didn't get it, and they gave it to Mary, and she put on the performances because I have seen some of her work on Power. I would have been mad because if I'm taking this serious and she literally got the role, because no shade to Mary, I love her, but you know, everyone has their lane, and we know dancing ain't her lane, and we know acting ain't her lane. Kudos to her for trying to step out. However, it's not your lane. So
Baby Fixie was trying to create some nostalgia with her and Meth in the same scene together.
yeah,
Because they hit record 25.
I mean,
because being the old head,
but
that's what I saw.
you could have accomplished that with a cameo.
Well,
You're right.
You see what I'm saying?
You're right.
Because putting Mary in a show as a cameo is great, and no shade because at the same time she making money off of this, so I understand she got to get her bag. But when it comes to quality, when it comes to giving your audience the best that they could possibly get,
Yes, ma'am.
I feel like somebody else could be cast in that role.
they should have got the girl who played Kane's mom and Liza Kane.
Exactly.
She is good. She is good. She is good.
Exactly.
But like, you know,
they should have got the
she's married, and there are people who love her, and they're happy to see that she's in a role. However, I have not heard anyone saying that she bodied that role and made it her own.
Nah.
I've never heard anyone say
I
that.
agree.
And honestly, on anything she's been in, I haven't heard that. She did a good job. I feel like that show Queens, I feel like if she was in that, she may be okay because she would literally be playing someone that's close to her personality. So I don't like when they typecast people, but Mary's a type that you may have to type because she's not going to be good and she's not versatile.
I agree to that. Shit.
I'm sorry, Mary. I love her.
Or maybe she told her agent, hey, I don't want to be typecast. Don't put me in those type roles. Maybe I think I'm something I'm not. Don't put me in those roles.
But here's the thing:
I feel you.
When it comes to Mary, I feel like this, and one thing that is something that I do admire about her. She don't care what y'all saying.
She got the bag.
Because we done said for how long that this woman cannot dance? For like 30 years now, we done said this woman cannot dance, and guess what Mary do? She keep dancing. She was dancing just on her birthday. Her birthday just passed. She was partying, dancing. I was like, Lord bless her. But she gonna keep dancing and she gonna keep acting. And I mean, regardless of what we say, Mary gonna do Mary. And that's why I admire that about her, that she's able to be like, I don't care what they say, what the critics say, I'm gonna still do what I want to do. So kudos to her for that. I'm just not a fan of her acting.
CPIII.
Yeah.
Did you tell her that she had good dance moves and she can act well?
I mean, like I say, I don't just the hit.
Yeah, he would.
CPIII.
That's all. Yeah, fuck it. I said I don't give a fuck the hit.
Oh,
Oh, you killing it, girl. You killing it. Hey, do that shit. Yeah, spins for me.
Lady Antoinette, why he felt like he was thinking of fighting?
Like,
Tell her that just to hit.
Nigga, we know you would.
That's the answer is yes. You would.
yeah, I would.
I'm sure you have lied for less. Like,
Probably. Yeah,
Ain't no problem.
in my past life, yeah.
How do you submit music?
oh,
So if you look at the very top over the telephone number,
Hey, grip. Let me
it
get a cut,
says
man.
How do you
email
Appreciate it,
MP3s to
So
Right.
Raheem151 at Gmail.
over the telephone.
So that's how you
number.
submit the music.
well, you got two. Now
It
keep both of them
says
so you can get this too.
Email
So
MP3
that's how you submit the music.
to
Submit the music
Raheem151
by
at Gmail.
emailing it.
So
Oh
that's how
yeah,
you
then you
submit the
actually
music.
share the show too.
Yeah. CP3 is drinking,
that's
about to
how
drink
you
some
submit the
Bailey,
music.
y'all.
Oh shit!
Submit the music
I'm just about
by
to see what it
emailing
do, you know,
Oh,
just
yeah,
a
oh,
little
yeah,
something.
Oh
yeah,
shit!
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you submit music.
To say when in Rome.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
So
So that's how you submit music.
so did you get that? It's the email up there. It says an MP3. Do not
So
send me something
get
other than
that?
an MP3. You
It's the
send me your
email up
SoundCloud
there.
link. I will delete your shit
it
real
says
talk.
MP3.
Aw.
Do not
What's wrong? You like
Nah, I
chocolate?
just thought the SoundCloud link.
Oh, I
send
thought
me
you
hope
something
drank
they-
other
some.
than
nah.
your MP3.
You
send
got
me
a little. You ain't
SoundCloud
get just
link,
like a
I will
little.
delete
You
your
got a
shit real
shot,
talk.
Blur.
I asked for MP3 for a reason. I have a DJ.
You like
DJ
chocolate?
Grip, the official DJ of At the Bar Radio. I can't. I'm not sending him a
Drink a
SoundCloud
little bit
link.
more. I bet
I
you.
have a
So you can try to mix your
DJ
SoundCloud.
Grip,
Yeah,
the official
please.
DJ of At the Bar
Ain't
Radio.
Remind me,
No.
remind me of something.
Mudslide.
I'm
You
not
sound
sending
like
you
you're
no
on politics for
SoundCloud
you.
link.
Tastes
Nigga,
like
send
something
me an
You trying to
MP3.
mix your
like mint.
SoundCloud.
I didn't
Send me an
taste-
MP3.
tastes like mint.
No.
Don't taste like mint.
I got Spotify. Don't
Trying
even
to
send me
trying to
Spotify.
politics
Tastes
for
like
y'all.
mint to me.
Nigga, send me an MP3.
Send
Wait,
me an MP3.
Send me an MP3.
CP3 just said he tastes mint in the Baileys.
I got Spotify.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
send
what
me
I
your
taste.
Spotify.
Did you taste mint in the Baileys? I don't never
me an
taste mint
MP3.
in the Baileys.
No,
Well, that might be the kick from the alcohol, I
You
guess.
know, the coffee or the.
Right. It's gonna taste like coffee or chocolate.
Yeah.
So what tastes better?
It tastes like a yoo-hoo with liquor.
So what tastes
I
better?
guess that's what it is.
The Bailey tastes as good as freshly washed ass.
What tastes better?
What?
No.
Nothing tastes better than
So what
freshly
tastes
washed
better?
ass.
The Bailey
Nothing like
tastes
freshly washed ass, dog. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Hey, come on now. No comparison.
Ew. CP3 don't know what to do. He don't know what to make of this
Yeah,
Baileys.
freshly washed. Hey, and I do the washing? Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my God. So you out here washing their butts?
So you washing that butt so you can,
You out here
wash
washing
it.
these
So you can
hoes'
wash
booty.
I want to make sure it's clean. I can't have no bullshit, no half stepping. Fuck that.
Hey man, come here and wash your butt.
Hey, get in the shower, girl.
So
Bend
you
over.
washing their butt so
You know what?
so
It's
you
time.
can wash it. So you can wash it.
Nigga CP3. This nigga CP3's a nigga.
Bend over and show me what you're working with.
Time for Renegade video. This
Show me what you're doing.
nigga CP3. This nigga CP3
But where you tasting that mint at? Like what?
Tastes like, the aftertaste tastes like a mint.
At one point, I would come in here with my coffee, and they would talk about me because I was always at. Nobody really
I can
look at
see
the
how I go
video.
good. I can see how I go good with
Because if
coffee.
they look at the video, they're gonna be like, "Her coffee went down and then it went back up."
It's like the Matrix.
And I've done that numerous times.
It's like the Matrix.
You like, I say
Got a bottomless couple. That motherfucker for real.
This is perfect.
That shit don't work. So, it's ice in the refrigerator. That's what I'm saying. Like,
It's not hooked up to the water line.
not hooked up.
That was too.
It's not hooked up.
If it's just a matter of hooking up, that's
It's not hooked up.
That's them.
that ain't something.
Somebody just asked me something about some home improvement, and I thought of you, but then they were like, "Well, I'm gonna call you back and get the number." But they ain't calling me back. You gave me your card, and yeah, you gave me that. That's on my refrigerator. Yes, I say refrigerator. Cause I might need you.
I don't do drywall or strictly.
But what about refrigeration, like a refrigerator?
No, I mean not compare refrigerators.
Yeah.
No,
You hook it up, because that's what the plumber needs to do. Yeah.
hook the water to it. Yeah, but if there's a problem with it, no, that would be
You got a person?
refrigeration.
Yeah.
That's it.
You got a person for that? You got somebody?
No, I don't know anyone that I trust.
I think, yeah, see,
Not anyone I trust.
I need that.
HVAC, yes. Probably heaters. I have a brother. Yes, I know some.
And not refrigerator. That's what I need. Do people still call it Maytag, man? I'm
That's the base tag.
Maytag, man. Like, who do I call? I haven't had to deal with this because my refrigerator, huh?
I heard some of the folks at Lowe's that I know.
Please do, because and that's where I bought the refrigerator from. But the warranty is gone. As soon as the warranty gone, the refrigerator,
Yeah, it goes to shit.
and it ain't old enough for me to want to buy a new one. But the bottom part, the freezer work, the refrigerator don't. It keeps things cool, but not cool enough to keep it safe. I'm like, baby, just put the water bottles in there. That's all you need to put in there. You've been rolling that since I got here.
No, that just
Oh, okay. No, you ain't smoked since I've been here.
I did. I smoked it before the show started. You like, are you live? And I had this feed.
Oh, okay. This is real spicy because I keep adding some as I drink it down. There you see where I got the big bottle? Because you can kill that. Imagine if it's cold. Let me tell you, I used to go sit out front. I got a porch in the summer with my berries or a mudslide or something on rocks and a storm. Like, you know, one of them summer storms, you sitting out there chilling when I used to smoke Black and Mild. That's the only people that smoke them.
Got it like Carl Thomas. Summer rain.
Carl Thomas can never, he can't sing, y'all know that, right?
You can't what?
Carl Thomas can't sing.
You mean can't sing?
Let me tell you something. The worst news I ever had in my life when Carl Thomas was still hot. I was living down in Virginia. Me and my homegirls went to the concert. And it was like one of them concerts for the ladies. They had like Carl Thomas, Jimmy Wine, a whole bunch of people. Carl Thomas got up there. People. Oh, now's the time to go to the bathroom or get some food because he was horrible. And then I every time I've seen him after that, he was terrible. Like, so he can't sing. That's the problem. What we hear is the studio. That's not really him. He's horrible. It's like, this is disappointing. Because I like his little songs.
Yeah, Summer Rain was my shit.
Yeah.
I was my get
And
booty
he
song.
destroyed, he demolished it. I was like, and that's the good way. I was like, oh, this is bad.
The video was my shit. I used to use that to get food.
Because I was looking around like, am I the only one hearing this? Because I thought it was somebody else. I didn't even think it was him. Because you know how, like, everybody's supposed to and he's just singing. I was like, wait, that's really him. I thought it was somebody covering his song. Okay.
Summer rain.
Yeah, the shit we talk about off here, I just found out the nigga Carl Thomas can't sing. I know you gonna be so emotional, you couldn't carry a note back.
Maybe
Summer
because he
rain.
emotional.
Fuck that.
We talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
I just
Go
found
some
out.
jeans. Fuck
They
that.
call
Summer
Karter.
I
rain is
mean,
my
he
shit.
he had a good
So long,
studio.
so you couldn't carry a note in the backpack.
Jeans are tough.
So CP3, before I get called in, so
Mm-hmm.
what are your top 5 songs that you've had to?
Mm-hmm.
So CP3, before I guest call
It's
in,
been so long.
what are your
This
top
question.
top 5 songs you head to?
It depends.
I can think of one probably for you
Getting
because
some
you
head is
were
not one of
actually.
them.
No, I never. That wasn't really.
What?
Getting some head wasn't really one
What
of my
about put it
favorites.
in your mouth?
Nah, those are just. See,
You
I'm more.
ratchet. I
I'm
thought that
nah. I'm more of a,
Some
like I
head is
said,
not
more
one
of
of
a
them.
UGK listener. You know, when it's subtle, but it's still saying put it in your mouth, but it's saying put it in your mouth,
I might
bitch.
have just
it was
don't buy
But
probably
it's
it.
saying
Twister Wetter. That's probably a good one for you. What?
I
It's
think
not? That's real
UGK.
low key.
Nigga, okay, give me
I would
top 3, something.
top. I mean,
Don't matter, just don't
titles.
bite it.
See, I used to have mixtapes, so I used to just put stuff together.
Did you put the mixtape together?
Yeah.
You should know the
Okay, give me
song
top
then.
3, something.
I had categories of what I did. I'm trying to think.
Do you just have a top 5?
I don't remember the name. I told you it's been a while, man. I gotta remember the names. I mean, the UG,
Yeah, he said
any,
mixtape. That's been a while.
that's what I'm saying, cause I
I
like,
ain't did a mixtape since like 2000.
yeah, cause I had a whole
No,
joint
no,
set
I
up.
take that back. I did
So,
CD.
so did you have specific songs like the hit it from the back songs?
Let me see. Let me see it from UGK.
So,
That's what I
did
say. Just some UGK, some 8 Ball
the hit from the
MJG.
back song?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's like in any of those tracks, no matter if you go 2 or 3 tracks into it, getting some head and fucking is going to come up. And then if the chick start rapping with the joint, then you pretty much in a good spot.
Ain't no romance to you, huh?
Well, that was in my old, like I said, my old days, and I was in my UGK 8 Ball MJG pimping, doing things I wasn't supposed to be
I
doing.
like them, but not for that.
It depends on the mood. That's what I'm saying. If we both like the chicks that I was dealing with at that time.
Yeah, explains
Like
a lot.
yeah, exactly. Like Devin the Dude, 8 Ball MJG, UGK. So we'll be just listening. I'll be playing music, and then a track would come on, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's my shit." And then
Thank God. Say about the
I'm just saying, we can have a whole nother story about that.
Oh no.
Hello. Welcome to At the Bar.
What's going on?
Pretty good. How are you doing, sir?
Good, man.
Hello. Welcome to At the Bar.
What's going on, Mr. Karter? How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good, man. Going back upstairs.
All right.
Okay.
Some spot
All right. Well, I'm 151. We got CP3 in the building. We got Lady Internet in the building.
Hello.
And then we got my man DJ Grip in the building also
All right,
with
well,
us.
I'm 151. We got CP3 in the building. We got Lady Internet in the building.
So we in the
And then
DMV.
What's going on?
And we got my man DJ Grip in the building also.
I mean, technically,
You
oh,
familiar? You familiar with the DMV?
We in the
Well,
DMV.
technically, we in Virginia right now, but we in DC and Maryland also. We all over the DMV, dog. So you can't really nail us down. You might catch us in all 3 in one day doing shows. Who knows?
Right, my thing is, I was like, no, we all over
we definitely can network and build and stuff.
That's
like
what
that.
we do.
That's what we do.
Right, because my thing is, I was like, we
You out in
gotta
Atlanta,
work
right?
on other things. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Also,
We definitely can network and build and stuff like that. That's what we do. That's what we do. You out in Atlanta, right?
but I
well, so I'm my team, everyone, my staff, they're located in Atlanta and Miami and Vegas, but I personally myself
Well,
in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
let's start with the easiest question of the night.
Oceanfront
Tell us
condo.
about
I just
yourself.
come out here every first quarter to do all my work and stuff like that.
what was that question?
Just tell us about yourself.
Let's start with the easiest question of the night.
I started out
Mhm.
back in 2011, that's when I started.
What was that question?
Just tell us about
That
yourself.
was
the whole, I mean, so
I would say
I started off in the game.
motto and the mindset
Back in 2011
that I
is
had,
when I started Team Rise. That was
it was more
the
so
whole,
situation I was in,
I would say,
mentality that I needed.
motto
And our
and
motto was
mindset that I had. It was bigger than
and the reason for that
music.
was,
It was more so the situation I was in and the mentality that I needed. And our motto was to basically rise up.
very
And
violent
the reason for that was, the way I grew up, I had to
and I got pulled out of my home,
going
got put
into
foster care.
foster
After that,
care.
I was home,
I grew up in
great years.
a very violent home.
Regardless
As
of what
a
I was
kid,
saying, nobody could tell.
and I got pulled out of my home,
I
got
was
put into
so
foster
big
care.
on
After that, I was homeless,
pulling
12th grade
above,
year, and
so it was like
regardless of what I was going
the
through,
thing
nobody
is,
could
you're
tell
homeless
because
great. All
I
you
was
can
so
think
big
is
on
stay focused on the
rising
end
up
goal. You
and
gotta rise
seeing
up,
above.
no matter what. And that was all in
So
my
it was like
uh,
the thing
and
is,
then it ended up turning to
homeless
Rise Up
into a
Music
great.
Group.
All you can think is stay
2013,
focused on the
I
end
ended
goal.
up
You gotta
signing.
rise up, no matter what. And that was always the motto.
Journey before
And
that,
then it ended up
October
turning to Rise Up
2011,
Music Group. 2013.
and I was doing
I ended up signing.
making the studio.
Before
I was figuring it out.
The journey before that, in October 2011, that's when Team Rise started. But then I was going to the studio, making it to the studio while I was living on the street. I was figuring it out, trying to find a way to still make things happen. Because I knew people who had a home, they had bills, and they had the resources. Their mama would give them gas money, anything. But they wouldn't do the studio as much. And I was doing that part. I was very ambitious. My ambition is crazy, and I'm very passionate about what I do. And long story short, I just stayed consistent, always network, just kept grinding. I started off as an artist, but my end goal, I want to be executive producer. I started off as an artist because I didn't have an artist to get behind, and I'm not gonna wait on an artist. I'm trying to get things done, ASAP. So August 2013 is when I ran across
changed my life
Force at
because
Public
I
Music
got to
Group,
understand things
and they were
from
based out of West
record
Hollywood,
label
California.
perspective. As far as
And
what they did on the
that
day-to-day
situation
basis, I paid
basically
attention
changed my
to
life
everything.
because
You
I
know
got
what I'm saying?
to
As far
understand
as
things from
what
a record label
the
perspective.
department,
As far
they
as
had
what they did
who
on a
played what
day-to-day
role,
basis, I paid
what
attention
script did they use,
to
who they
everything.
contacted,
You know what I'm saying? As far as
things they got done,
what
what
staff was
friends
hired,
was me
what
at the end of the day.
departments they had, who played what role, what scripts did they use,
how you make
who
it
they
happen, and what
contacted,
way
things they got done,
I
what
just learned so much.
spreadsheets was
Then
needed
I've
at the
been
end
in
of the day.
I stayed in West Hollywood, California,
Artists and
coming to
producers
South
do you link
Carolina,
together and how you make it happen and
South
what
Carolina.
lane
So
do you
you can
place
just
the music
imagine,
in. I just learned so
you know,
much
the
being out there in LA.
difference between
I stayed in West
the
Hollywood,
Little Rock
California, coming from South
and
Carolina.
in
I'm
West
born and
Hollywood,
raised out of
you
Rock
got
Hill, South Carolina.
celebrities,
So
you know,
you
the
can just
whole
imagine,
nine, just all types of stuff
the
going on in LA.
difference between
And that situation
Little
ended up
Rock
starting
here
on the
and
radio,
being in West Hollywood.
multiple
You got
times,
celebrities and
independent
the
music
whole
in the
nine,
public,
just all
with
types
the
of stuff
independent
going
record
on out there
label,
in LA.
Alan Forrest,
And
very
that
dope guy,
situation, we
still my
ended
guy
up charting
today,
on
CEO,
the radio
founder of
multiple
Public,
times,
and
independently,
recently
because
just
in
reached
Republic,
Forbes 1000
independent record label. Alan
So
Forrest,
he was
very
very,
dope guy, still my guy
he
to
was
this day.
someone
He's
that
the CEO, founder of
again,
Republic,
I got to
and
really learn how to be
he recently
entrepreneur.
just reached Forbes
I was
1000,
getting my
top
first
1000
contract.
entrepreneurs.
I was getting the
So he
second
was a very,
contract, and I
he was
told him time
someone
to
that
do
he
it.
was bigger than
I
music,
didn't
but
want to
then
resign because
I got to really learn how to be an
I'm big on
entrepreneur.
bossing up.
I was getting my
And he
first
wanted to
contract,
boss up too.
I was
And he
getting
didn't
the
hold me
second
back.
contract,
So
and I could have
started
resigned
rocking
again.
music group for
I
years,
didn't want to
started
resign because I was just so,
on our own
I'm big on
to where we
bossing
at
up,
now.
and he wanted me to
I,
boss up
my
too,
biggest
and
thing
he
is
didn't hold me
just
back.
creating an ecosystem.
So
And
started
we
Rise
started
Music
creating
Group from
ecosystem
there, as
around
far as branching
2015
out 100%
to where
on
we
my
are
own,
media maker.
to where we at now.
Media record label.
My biggest
I
thing
know
is
what
just
a
creating
record
the
label does,
ecosystem,
and
and we started creating the ecosystem around 2015 to where we don't need a major label. We don't need a record label to do anything for us. I know what a record label does.
Vanilla, I
that's basically Riley Music Group and how everything got started and where I'm at now. I'm an executive producer, and I have Bay Vanilla out of Detroit, who's an artist I'm pushing right now. She's doing numbers, and we got all types of stuff going on. 42 Dub trying to hop on and remix one of the songs. Then, we got some people, some labels looking at her. I don't want to mention who they are, going to mess nothing up. Yeah, things are going crazy right now, but it's 100% independent and just being an executive
So one thing
producer.
I really got a solution on is
Put my passion
my
into
family
just putting
is
dope artists and producers
very big
together
on
and
foster care.
making the best type of music we can.
My grandmother,
So one thing I really got a
who
solution on is
raised my mom and
my family
they were basically
is
foster.
very big on foster.
And then my mom
My
had
grandmother,
my like a teenager took in my
raised my
sister.
mom and they
Who
basically
came as a foster child, who
and then
my mom legally adopted.
had my we were like
And
teenagers.
and my aunt
And
was
my
a
sister
foster mom too. So I salute you for your hustle and your grind being a foster child and finding a way to make it through. Like,
my
that's
mom
an
was
amazing story.
Indeed.
foster mom. So
Appreciate that.
for your hustle
But
and your
now
grind
I
being
feel
a
like
foster child and finding a way to make it through.
we don't got voices for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not many people just coming out and saying, you know,
But now,
I
trying to
feel like,
motivate
when
those
I
without.
cut you off, I just feel like we don't
don't
got voices
I lost
for
you.
us. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, it's not many
You know,
people
it's like,
just coming out
you
and
feel
saying,
so
you know,
unloved.
trying to
and you
motivate
got-
those
It's not
without
a tip on
parents.
so
Like,
these are
folks
both
don't
so
understand
like
how lost we
some
are.
folks don't
You know what I'm
understand
saying?
like
You know, it's like
when
we
you got
feel so
money to call
unloved,
on,
and we just got, it's not a chip on our shoulder, it's a boulder on
there's
our
a
shoulder.
difference
Like,
between I got a
some
question,
folks don't understand, like,
you know what
you
I'm
know, when
saying?
you
Stuff like
got
that.
a mother to call on anytime
You know,
got
I
a
just really
question,
want to be that voice for
some
foster
folks don't
kids, and
understand
you know
the
that's where we
difference
got
between if I got a
no
question,
child left
I
behind.
got a
I
Google.
linked with
You know what I'm saying?
it's all
Stuff
music,
like that
business
is
line.
big.
I
And,
started off there.
you know, I just really want to be that
You know, the
voice for
Chamber of
foster kids,
Commerce
and, you know, that's
to
where we got
basically
No Child Left
or
Behind.
bridge
I link with
the gap, you know,
Charlotte
between
Regional
foster
Business
sex
Line.
rescue
I
kids
started off there,
and resources
you know, the Chamber of Commerce to
so
basically
we
edge
supply
or bridge the gap, you know, between foster state custody kids and resources and a mentor that they can relate to. So we
That's
supply
a big thing. Also, I mentioned my other
foster
sister,
state custody
Kiwi,
kids
she's also was a
all
foster
over
child
the
too.
country. So
Who
like
my
I
mom
said,
took in, and she was able
you
to
know, I just
not only
I got a
go
bigger
to
vision for all of us.
graduate high school,
that's
go to college.
a
She's
big thing.
actually
Also,
a
got to
teacher
mention
right
my
now.
other sister, Kiwi,
So
she's also a
I
foster child too.
my
Who
family was
mom
real
took
big
in
on
and she was able to
foster children
not only
and giving them a home to love and stuff like that. And I think that's
she's
so
actually a teacher right
so
now.
important.
I
And now I gotta turn you over to Lady
my family was
Antoinette.
real big on foster.
Well,
definitely, what up?
hello. I definitely want to, give you your props. It sounds like
And now I gotta turn you
over
over
the
to Lady
years,
Antoinette.
you just nothing would stop you.
Most definitely. What up? What up?
You didn't have any quit in you, and I definitely want to put that out there and say kudos to you for that. Um, Even your mindset, you said as a senior in high school, that mindset that you spoke of is something that some of these grown adults don't have. Like you said, you looked at the end game, and you know, I can, I'm telling you that I know for a fact that that's maturity way beyond your years. Maturity, you just sound very wise. And it's good to hear. It's definitely good to hear. But I do have a question for you. You said you're partnering with these programs and things like that. Um, so it's safe to say that you are an advocate for foster children, which is great. Um, Going forward as you progress, is there anything that um, any other type of movement that you would want to couple with that? I mean, we do have foster children that they all have a variety of different situations they may be in. Is there anything else outside of being an advocate for foster children that you are passionate about?
Overall, you know, the next thing, that I'm working on now is really tapping into youth mentor programs because I feel like the kids that are in youth
Overall,
mentor programs are being
the
mentored
next
by
thing,
those who were
that I'm working on
taken
now
care
is
of,
really
and
tapping into youth
they
mentor
always
programs because
refuse
I
that
feel like the
because I
kids
remember
that are
being in
in
that
youth
position and I
mentor
remember
programs are being
feeling that,
mentored
like I
by
say,
those who were
to get a chip on your
taken
shoulder
care
and
of,
older.
and
So you got
they always
more animosity
fuse
towards
that
sleep,
because
and
I
I
remember
just
being in that
remember
position, and I remember
thinking like,
feeling that, like I
somebody
say,
come and try to
forget
mentor
a
me.
chip on your shoulder, it's
I
a
just
boulder on your
remember
shoulder. So you got
like, yo,
more of
you had your
animosity
mother, you
towards
had your
anything,
father.
and I just remember
Tell me about
thinking
those
like,
things.
yo,
Mm-hmm.
somebody come and try
That's
to
where,
mentor me.
that's the next step
I
is
just
like,
remember like,
these
yo,
programs. Some of
you
these
had your
kids,
mother,
they
you
do
had
have
your
their mother and
father.
their father,
How
and
can
they
you
just,
tell me
they
what I'm
listen
going
to
through? And
no
that's
shade.
where,
I love
that's the
young men.
next step
I
is
love,
like,
every
these
artist
youth
who
programs.
expresses
Some of these
themselves,
kids,
but
they do have their mother and their father,
they're so
and
gullible.
they've been
Oh,
listening to
kids, we all got kids that
no
so
shade.
gullible,
I love
and
young
it's like
boys.
they could
I
be,
love, every
we could
artist
be
who
doing our
expresses
job, but
themselves.
because,
But
they
some
get
kids,
engulfed in the music,
they're so
and they
gullible.
get to a point to where,
We all got kids that are so
they're
gullible,
influenced in
and
a
it's
certain
like
way,
they could be.
and they're doing dumb
We
stuff.
could be doing our
People like,
job, but because they
for
get
instance,
engulfed
for
in the
example, like
music, and
Casanova,
they get to
you
a
know what I'm
point to
saying? He
where
actually had a good
they're influenced in a
background,
certain way,
Mm-hmm.
like
and
a
they're
good
doing
middle
dumb
class
stuff.
family, but this
People
guy
like,
is in prison
for
fighting
instance,
for his
for
life right
example,
now
like
over
Casanova. You
stuff
know what
that
I'm saying? He
was
actually had a
preventable.
good
You didn't have to do that. You
background,
know what I'm saying? A lot of us
like
really
a
come from
very
the
middle
street
class
where we
family.
sleep on the
This
street.
guy in
We wish we
prison
had our
fighting for his
parents so
life
we could
right
go
now
straight
over
to the money. We can go
stuff
straight
that
to
was very
establishment. All
preventable.
of that.
You didn't have to
So
do
it's
that.
like,
You know what I'm
really
saying? A lot
wanna,
of us who really come from
I
the
feel like
street,
the
who had to
politics
sleep
and
on the
stuff
street,
we kind of
we
doing a
wish
good
we
job
had
of
our
that, but I
parents so
really
we could
want to
go
get
straight to
a
the money.
grasp
We can
of
go straight
youth
to
as a whole
establishment, all of
because
that.
they
So
just
it's like
it's just
I really
toxic.
want to,
You fighting
I feel
Instagram,
like the foster
toxic,
state custody thing,
toxic
we
shit.
doing a good job of
You
that, but
know,
I really want to get
Facebook
a
also
grasp for the youth as a
the
whole
news is kind of
because they
influencing them to
is
make
just
bad decisions
toxically
and
fighting.
not to think
Instagram
with
is
logic.
toxic,
Right.
it's toxic city,
I would say,
and
youth mentor
Facebook, all
programs.
the social media, just the
That's
memes,
what's up.
just kind of influencing them to make bad
CP3, you
decisions
got
and
a question?
not to think with logic.
Uh,
So the next step,
I don't even know if I have a question. It's just piggybacking what off of Lady Antoinette said. It's just impressive to hear his thought process and,
Got a question?
like he said, looking at the long game. And like he said, he was trying to have his music group, but he didn't want to wait on the artist, so he became an artist. So it's yeah, your grind and hustle. I thought I had a grind and hustle, but it's good to see that like you say, you're not going to wait on the artist, and you made yourself one. That's a beautiful thing. I'm working on some things with my show, trying to expand. I'm gonna start using that thought process of what I'm trying to move forward, because that's just a beautiful thing, man. It sounds like you have a nice grounded foundation, and whatever being in the foster system, you were able to turn that into, instead of looking at it as a bad thing, you looked at it as a way you want to prepare yourself to greatness, and also give back to that group, being that you went through that experience. So all I can really say is just take my hat off to you, and tell you keep doing what you're doing, man. It sounds very impressive. It sounds like you're on your way to being very successful in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate. I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree.
That's cool. So, I have a question. How do you keep your integrity in the music?
I appreciate. I definitely appreciate that.
As far as
That's cool. So,
go back to
I have a
that
question.
situation and stuff,
Integrity in the music.
I love the people out there. But that's
Just
the fact,
as far
like
as
one
go
thing
back
that
to that
really
situation with Republic Music Group.
cultivated my integrity was
I love my guy Allen. I love my people out there.
I think
But back
living
to the
LA,
facts, like
not like a small
one thing
but
that
you don't go
really
to a networking event or to
cultivated
network
my
with some
integrity
people,
was I remember
and
asking,
some people gonna say some stuff you
back
ain't
then
never
living
heard
in
of. They
LA,
gonna say, hey,
it's not
this
like
is
it
that
used
about
to.
performance
You gonna go
royalties
to
and
a networking
sound and
event or to a network
fame
with some people,
and this, that,
and
like,
some people gonna say some stuff you
and
ain't never heard of. They gonna say, hey,
and it's like,
this is that
I
about
remember
performance
asking,
royalties, and sound
how do I
exchange
like
and
on
this, that, and you like,
I didn't know anything about that.
what's that? And you
And
got a
I
whole
just
deal.
remember
And it's
not
like,
being
I
fun.
remember asking them,
And
like, hey, how do I
that right
my
there
performance?
really I always knew
I didn't know anything about
you
that.
got print, you
And
got all
I
these
just
PLCs,
remember
they tell you
not
about
getting a
it,
response.
so you really
And
get treated that way.
that right
It
there
really
I always
shape your
knew about
character
it.
on how
You
you
got
move
Prince
forward in the
and you
game.
got all of these
And I
PLCs.
just
They
remember,
tell you
and at
about
that
the
time I
industry,
was
but
like
when
20
you really
years old. I wasn't
get
somebody
treated that way,
25 to
it
30. I was
really can shape your character
years old
on how
at
you
the time.
move forward in the game.
You know, I was just like,
And
wow.
I just remember it. And at that
You
time, I
know,
was
care about
19 years
you.
old.
So
I
that
wasn't
really
somebody
put a
25,
chip on my shoulder
30.
again.
I was
That was
19
second chip on
years
my shoulder,
old.
and
And,
I was just like,
you know, I was just like, wow,
I'm gonna show y'all
like, they
how
really
this
don't
done.
care
I'm gonna
about
show
you.
y'all how
And
to
so
be
that
an artist.
really put a chip
Because
on my
again,
shoulder.
I'm
Again,
really
that
not an
was
artist.
the
I'm more so
second chip
a
on my
producer.
shoulder.
So
And I was just like,
the
all
integrity I
right,
ended up
bet.
getting
I'm going
was
to show
just
y'all
doing
how
whatever
it's
you
done. I'm
gotta
going to show
do
y'all how to
to
treat an
just
artist.
update the
Because
culture.
again,
Not
I'm
trying to
really not an artist. I'm more so a
not
executive
trying to
producer.
coach
So
to a direction.
the integrity I ended up getting was just
How artists
doing whatever we gotta do
my
to
integrity
just update the culture.
doing
We're not trying to change the culture. I feel like the culture going in a
because I
good
was
direction,
point to them.
except
What happens when
how
you
artists
do
are
good
treated.
with an artist? You know, and like
So
I
my
said,
integrity
remember,
is based on
we
doing
grown from
opposite of what
trying to
how
start
I
a
was
new
treated.
page on
Because I want to
Instagram.
prove a point to them.
You know,
What
it was
happens
like, you
when
know,
you do good with an artist?
we
You know, and
really
like I said with Baby Vanilla,
learn from
she's
so much.
grown
That's
from
like now you get
trying to
almost
start a new page
3,000
on
likes,
Instagram and
300
you know starting.
comments.
It was like
You know what I'm saying?
we really
thrown out.
grew her from so much.
This,
She's
that,
at
and
the
the
point now
third.
she's getting almost 2,000 likes,
You know, and it's like
200
so.
comments. You know what I'm saying?
Based
She
on
getting paid theater, she getting flown out to
showing these
theater
regular
and do
like, hey,
this, that, and the
start
third
doing
paid
good
opportunity. She
business,
getting
artists
paid
out
for
with
this.
it,
You know, and it's like so.
It's all
My
that's going
integrity
on.
is based
And
on
let's
really
make some
proving
money
a
with
point
these artists
and
because
showing these record labels like, hey, you want to start doing good business with artists, stop wasting your time with that BS that y'all got going on. And let's make some money with these artists because it's possible if you just do good business. When you do that BS, all you do is do bad business and create bad relationships. So my integrity in my business and Rise Up Beautiful is really based on giving the artist the greatest pit stop that they could ever have. You know, I want them to feel like they come to the hospital when they come to Rise Up Music. We gonna take care of them and really like, yo, what's going on? What's wrong with you? What's this? What's that? All right, cool. If it's a good fit, this is what we can do. You know what I'm saying? And bringing them in and really being there for them and just creating a dream. It's like being an artist in the beginning, even though I didn't want to be that, I got to experience it.
So that's based off,
And I know what an artist needs to feel comfortable. And I
Who's
really get a
these
thrill
labels?
off being an artist.
It's
It's being so happy.
It's not fully
So that's based off, you know,
Yeah,
that's
like,
what my integrity is based off of. It's just proving these labels wrong. Like, yo, yo, come on.
Shout out to
It's not
Alexis.
20th
Who
century.
tuned in.
Like,
Alexis,
like,
great interview
trying
up.
to update how
Maybe
you do
Antoinette,
business
you got a
with
question?
people and
I
do right by
do.
them.
What a surprise.
So,
Shout out to Alexis.
I mean, you're talking about
tuned in.
integrity
Alexis
and,
is a great
and
interviewer.
doing right by the
Lady
artist, which I
Antoinette,
wish
you got a
more
question?
people would do in the industry.
Surprise.
That's a given. We've heard some horror stories about the way artists have been treated by some of these big names. We're not going to put them out there right now. I'm not going to give them their shine. But my question to you is, can you give key points about your process, your vetting process before you start working with someone, whether it's an artist or someone on the industry side of things? Is there a vetting process that you go through, some key points to kind of give that idea so we can kind of peek into your head when you're about to start conducting business with someone?
The first thing always you know, because I'm not about to tell you what my vision is for you. I already know what your vision is because you're not going to come to me.
The first thing always.
See, that's not cool.
Once
Once again, you know, I can
because
really.
I'm not about to tell you what my vision is for you. I already know what your vision is because
And
you're not
you know,
becoming
it's like
in
I'm not,
a
you know,
dictatorship.
like coming
To
and
me,
trying
that's
to
not
tell me
cool.
that situation. I
Once
want
again,
to
I can really,
their dream and
when I
most
work with
possible.
artists, I work with them
So
from an
it's
artist
like,
perspective.
you know, some artists
And, it's like I'm
actually
not,
don't think
like
they
coming
just
and
want to
trying
be
to
on
change
movies
up their
and
situation.
video
I'm more
games.
so
That's like they
facilitate
make
their
you
dream in
need
a
to
more
know that
practical
before you
way.
try to get
So
behind
it's like,
you trying to
some
get them on
artists
tour.
actually don't
Pretty.
want fans.
They
They
just
just
want to
want to
make
be
the
on
best
movies
they can
and
for
video
movies
games
and
because that's
video
the type of
games
music
because
they
they
make.
like
You,
it.
you need to know
You
that
know, so
before you
it's
try
like
to
you gotta know
get
all
behind
the
them and you
artists
trying
and
to get them on tour
Right.
and
and
that's
they
what I
don't want
do.
to leave the
Once I
crib.
know that
They
it's
just want to make the
I
best
got some
music they
artists they
can
want
for
to
a
tour.
movie and
I'm like,
video
all right,
game for
cool.
sync license.
What club songs you got
So it's
going?
like you gotta know all
Well,
that.
I'm
You
not
gotta know
that
what the
good.
artist wants
Okay,
first,
cool. You need a
and that's what I
songwriter
do.
for these
Once I
club
know what
songs.
they want, like
You know what I'm
if I
saying?
got
Okay,
some
cool.
artists they want to
Then
tour,
let's go
I'm
with
like,
that.
all right,
Whatever
cool.
the case may be,
What club
producers.
songs you got going
To
right
get them in
now?
the studio.
Well, I'm
Help
not
them
that
train,
good at
help
club
them
songs.
practice.
Okay, cool. Do you
I'm
need
the
a
type of
songwriter for
executive
these club
producer where
songs?
I'm like,
You know what I'm saying? Okay,
you
cool.
they're not
We
going
linking
to
with that. Whatever the
be
case
out here
may be,
just dropping
producers.
music.
We get them in the studio,
You know
help
what
them
I'm saying?
train,
We're
help
gonna
them
get that
practice.
sound together. We're gonna
I'm
help
the
you
type
find
of
your sound. You
executive
gotta find
producer
your
where I'm
sound.
like,
If you found your sound,
you're
well,
not
what
ready
lane is you
to
about to go down?
be out here
I'm
just
more of what
dropping
you call
music
an actor
and you're not ready.
and a
You
pro
know what I'm
actor.
saying? We're gonna
Right.
get that sound together, we're gonna help
I'll
you
just
find your
act
sound if
based
you
on
haven't
what the
found your
artist
sound
needs
yet. If you found your
because
sound, well what lane is we
for
about to go
me,
down? I'm more of what you call a
themselves
reactive
is so important
and
because
a
it lasts
proactive.
much longer. If an artist is so
I
good at
react
this
based
lane,
on what the artist
I want
needs
them to excel in
because
that lane. I want them to get even
to
stronger.
me,
I want them to
an
be
artist's
unstoppable
name
in that
itself
lane.
is so
You know,
important
just
because
more
it
so
lasts
just
much
trying to
longer.
find
If an artist is
that
so good
artist
at this
who
lane,
just
I want them to
we can
excel
just
in
take
that lane.
them
I
and
want them
break
to
them,
get
you
even
know, down
stronger.
a whole
I want
nother
them to be
level. So,
unstoppable in that lane.
like I say, with
You know,
Baby
it's just
Yoda,
more so just trying to
you know,
find
he go
that
crazy
artist
with,
can
you know,
just
that Detroit sound.
we can just take them and break them. You know what I'm saying? On a whole nother level.
Number
So,
one,
like you say with Baby
female
Vanilla,
rapper, independent
you know,
female
she
rapper,
go crazy with, you know,
she
that
got songs
Detroit
with
sound. She's
Rio,
from Detroit, Michigan. She's
she
literally
got
like
songs
the
with
top
Babyface,
number
All
one
Stars, they are,
upcoming female rapper, independent
you know
female
what I'm
rapper
saying,
in
hundreds
Detroit.
and thousands of
You know, she got
you know,
songs with Rio.
like, I'm not gonna come in out of turn,
She got songs with Babyface, Ray, All
Right.
Star, JR,
this what those fans were.
classics.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's
Hundreds
go
and
back to
thousands
these
of views.
producers
But
that got that
you know,
sound.
the
And
thing
we gonna
is,
go
it's like
crazy.
I'm not gonna come in and
four
try to turn her
videos in
into
the
a Kendrick
past.
Lamar.
Not the past,
It's like,
but we got
okay,
like four
this what
videos
your
and
fans
never
love.
been fans.
All right,
Two of them was
let's
her
go
song.
hunting for these
One of them
producers
was
that
like,
got
you
that
know, every
sound.
artist
And we
was
gonna
on
go
that
crazy. We dropped like 4
microphone
videos in
video
the past.
type of
Not the past, but we dropped like 4
content. We
videos
dropped
with
that
his
was
fans.
viral. That's
2 of them was her song. One of them was like, you know, every artist is doing that
and then,
microphone
you know, her song, her
video
single
type
Bulletproof.
of
And then she had
content. We dropped
paid
that. That went
features
viral. That's
that she
actually
had to
song
do,
42 Dub, one
you
of
know,
the
video
remix.
too. So we dropped 4 videos
And
like
then,
11
you know, her song, her single
and her
Bulletproof.
sound at the same
And then
time.
she had two
What I
paid
do
features
from a producer
that she had to do,
perspective, I really listen to
you
them.
know, and shoot the
And
video
every
too.
now
So we
and
dropped
then,
4 videos in
I'm on my
like
DJ
11-day
talent
span,
flow
and it's her
where I'm
sound. But at
just
the same
putting
time,
together a compilation
what I
album.
do
And
from a producer's
step out of the
perspective, I
lane
really listen to them,
onto
and every now and
similar to
then
a Kanye lane,
I'm on my
where
DJ
it's like a
talent
Slim
flow,
Thug. So you
where
can
I'm
get Slim
just
Thug
putting together a
and
compilation
type
album,
of
and
vibe, and
I
he's
happen to step
Kanye
out of
West.
their lane
He's lyrical,
on
he's
some
doing this and that, a box.
similar to a Kanye
He's not
lane,
used to it.
to where it's like a Slim
Same
Thug.
thing
You
with
so used
Baby
to hearing
got
Slim
on,
Thug
you know, Karter,
in
West
Houston
Coast
type
type
of vibe,
vibe.
and then he linked to Kanye West,
Upcoming
he's lyrical,
album
he's
that we
doing
got
this and that, a
February
box
called Snow
that
Season.
he's not used to
You know,
standing.
it's
Same
really
thing with Baby
compilation
got her on
project of
some
different artists.
Karter West Coast type
Putting them
vibe
on different
on
types
this
of sounds that
upcoming
if you
album that we
listening, you
dropped in
have to
February
ear for
called
good
Snow
music,
Season.
atomic music.
You
Like,
know,
hey,
it's just
I
really
told
a
him,
compilation project of
so
different
hey,
artists I work with, putting them
a
on different
song
type of sounds
where
that just me
you
listening and having an ear for good music, timely music. Like, hey, I told her,
And
yo,
that
babe,
song is called Flame Hopper.
do a song
Amazing.
where
Never get that before. And it's the
basically
most
telling the
amazing.
story
It's on the
and it
West
has a
Coast.
plot
Chill
twist at
type
the end.
of, vibe.
And that song is called Flame Hopper. She told her
And it's
amazing
like,
story. She
it's
never
kind of similar to
heard
like
that
Biggie.
before.
I got a story
And
to
it's the
tell.
most amazing. So it's
One
on the
thing
West
about
Coast
I
chill
am
type of,
fluent in a fan of
vibe.
hip-hop.
Right.
She really
So,
telling like
it's
a
like
story.
with my
And
artists,
it's like you just
I'm
kind of
like, hey,
similar to like Biggie.
I got
a
artists
story to
also, Young
tell.
Pharaoh out
One
of
thing
Atlanta.
about me, I am a
He's big
student
on
and
that
a fan
trap,
of hip hop.
sound.
So it's like
You gotta do it.
with my artists,
And it's
I'm
like,
like, hey,
it's
I
an
got an artist
amazing
also, Young
how
Pharaoh
an
out of
artist can
Atlanta.
sound and you really
He's
don't
big on that
and
trap,
you getting the stuff out of
sound.
the box.
He
Mm-hmm.
got him
Sound,
on top,
it just
and
sounds
it's
so,
like
it's
it's
literally
just
actually the
amazing
best
how
work that he did
an
the box
artist can
on.
sound when you
Mm-hmm.
really
Now
know
he's
music,
doing more
and you
because
get him
he's
to
like
step out of the box.
feeling himself and he's like,
It
damn it,
sounds,
I sound good.
it
So
sounds so amazing. It's literally, if you ask me, the best work that he did, the pop songs.
Got
And now
anything
he's doing
CP3?
more because it's like
Uh,
he's feeling
you
himself.
say
It's
you
like,
want to
damn,
have an
I
impression
sound
on his
good. So
game,
most
and
definitely.
you mentioned possibly signing your artist to
You got
a
anything,
couple
CP?
of labels if possible, make some things happen. But you also want to show that you don't need labels. Uh, what would be your end game? Is that just for something you want to broaden the horizons of the local artist or the smaller artist who doesn't have the reach to get to the major labels, or is just something that you want to just show folks that there's a different way, a better way than going through the major labels?
I mean, my goal, my end goal is to have the cash money that's my goal. You know, it's like I'm just like, man.
I mean, my goal, my
they
my
they
my
did
end
I don't know
goal
this time. I'm
is
like the bird man.
just imagine Cash Money if
They
they
did
did
good
music.
business. Hot
That's
boys.
my goal.
Wayne.
It's like I'm just like, man,
Just
man,
imagine,
they did good. I don't know the ins and
so
outs.
in love
I rock
with
with
a record
Birdman, but at the
deal
same
with cash
time,
money because
they
it's
did
good
good
business
business
that they
with
done
Hot
together.
Boys and
Just
Wayne
imagine
and
how much
Drake,
more
Nicki, and just imagine,
bigger
if
cash
they
money
was
is.
so in love with their
Right
record
now,
label and they was
people
still with
really
Cash
work with
Money
cash
because
money.
of the
Why?
good
Because
business that they
they
done with them.
do.
Just
So
imagine
it's
how
like the
much
media,
more
man, he up right now.
just
Snap
bigger
that
Cash
100
Money
M
would
from
be.
Wayne.
Right
But at
now,
the same
people too
time,
paranoid to work with Cash Money. Why?
with
Because
that
of the business that
influence
they
time,
did. So it's like to me,
people
yeah,
still work
Birdman,
time.
he up
You
right
have
now.
literally
He
the
snatched that
number
100
one
M from
female
Wayne,
artist all
but at
time.
the same
I'm not
time,
being countywide, so we talking numbers.
that
Nicki
people long
Minaj,
term,
as far as a
do
female
people still
rapper,
want to sign when he has
they don't
literally
got
the
Wayne.
number one
You already
female
know
artist of all
top
time?
five,
I'm not
everybody.
saying talent wise, but we
Then you
talking
got
numbers.
Drake, she's another
Nicki
top five,
Minaj,
everybody.
as far as a female rapper.
So it's like,
Then we
how
got
do you have
Wayne.
those type of artists
We
being
already
hot
know he's
boys?
the top
This
five in
one,
everybody's
one great
discussion.
superstar. You
Then
don't
we
talk
got
about
Drake.
36
He's another
Mafia
top
too. Let's
five
talk
in
about hot
everybody's
boys.
discussion.
They
So it's
they
like,
got the club
how do you
anthem.
have those
We'll,
type of
I'll
artists?
take,
And then Hot
I'll
Boys
take,
is just one of the greatest
that's
groups
the
all
thing,
time. They all talk about
over,
36 Mafia.
you know,
Shoot,
sitting
let's
on
talk
two
about Hot
birds
Boys.
any day in the
They
club.
got they club. They got the club
That's the
anthem.
ultimate
I'll
climax
take
for every
I take
club. Still to this day,
back
30
that
years
thing
later.
up over
So my thing
sipping
is
on
like
scissor
almost 30
any
years
day
later.
in the
So,
club
you know, my
because
thing is
that's the ultimate climax for
cash
every
money
something
is
for
the
every
big
club.
business.
Still
That's
to
my
this day,
long term
30 years
goal
later.
because they
So
definitely
my
know how
thing
to
is like
promote an
almost 30
artist
years
and
later.
push
So
them
my
and
thing
have success
is
and sell over a billion records.
Cash Money
At
has
the
been
same
big
time,
in
it's
business.
like,
That's my
what
long
about
term goal because they definitely know how to promote an artist and push
where they at or
have success and sell over a billion records.
that's
But at the
cool.
same time, it's
I
like,
heard about
what about
you
how
know,
the
like
artist
they
feel
was
about
like,
their
you know,
situation? Do they feel
if I had
comfortable
between
where they
success
at, or
and
are they
money,
trying to find a better
I'm gonna go
situation?
with money. So I know
Success
people
is
who
cool,
make
but I
successful
heard Ross,
and
the other
they
day,
don't have
he
no
was
money.
like,
Right.
Why don't they have
if I had to choose
It's a
between
reason
success
why.
and money,
You know,
I'm
people
gonna
who
go
got
pick
money
money
long
because
term,
I know people
that's
who've
because
been
they're doing
successful
they have a
and
very valuable
they
business.
don't have no money.
Nobody's complaining about
Why
that.
don't they have money? It's a reason why. People who got money
That's
long
my
term,
concept.
that's because they have a very valuable business. Nobody's
So you say
complaining
you a
about
student of the game, so I gotta know what's your
right.
Mount Rushmore of hip hop.
So that's just my concept.
Oh, man, thank you.
That's dope. That's dope.
All right, so
So you say you a student of the game, so I gotta know what's your Mount
I just
Rushmore of
got a
hip hop.
feeling episode this, you know,
Ooh, oh man, thank you. All right, so
from the words
we
you
going
put in
into
your
dip.
equity
I'm
and things like
I just
that,
gotta put him there because
ownership,
how he
you know, really
the energy he
his
brought,
impact on a lot of people. I feel like
some of the words he put in his
a lot of
lyrics,
people,
equity and things like
not
that,
saying he did it more
ownership,
than other artists, but his impact on a lot of
really
people.
his
You know, as
impact
far
on
as
a lot of
people who
people.
probably
Like
have
he
been vocal
impacted
for their
a lot of
him,
people more than a
they
lot of
fared
artists. Not
a lot
saying he
of
did it
money,
more
right?
than any of them,
Right.
other artists, but his impact on a lot of people, you know, as far as people who probably have been broke before they hear him, they're a lot of them getting money from him, just from listening to his music. But there's this great debate.
You know about AZ.
Right.
You know, they rock with me because when I say AZ, New York is on my Mount Rushmore. AZ, hands down, he was currency before currency. I love AZ.
I mean,
I'll fight anybody.
real,
I'm telling you.
real talk. AZ body Nas and Life's a Bitch.
That's just me.
That's an AZ song that happens to be on a Nas album.
Y'all know Hennessy. It's up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, we know
AZ body Nas and Life's a Bitch.
It's like from AZ.
AZ song that happens to be on a Nas album.
I'm telling you, I feel like,
but you know, I'm not from New York, so I don't know that.
was trying to, it's like from AZ, I feel like Jay-Z was duplicating AZ's music and his name, but you know, I'm not from New York, so I don't know
Was
that.
good, right?
But one thing I can say, AZ, definitely he is on my top 3. To this day, you know, even the album he just dropped, I'm talking 30 years later, he got people who when he was starting off, nowhere that they was done in 99. And it's 2022 now. He just dropped the album. That song with Rick Ross, Never Enough. I'm like, goodness gracious. So him, I think I would say, you know, I might get you know, some feedback on this, but I gotta say Drizzy, I gotta say Drake. I mean, like, you know, he do use songwriters, but everybody in the industry use songwriters. I've been working to know long enough to know everybody uses it. I'm talking about his music that he is him. When he's a songwriter, that's his radio. But when he's being lyrical, that's him. Like the 9 a.m. in Toronto, all of that. And once again, I did grow up in that era. But I feel like it's a fair trade. He put AZ there and he put Drake there. And I started to get tricky. I'm a boss. I need to stay motivated. I'm crazy about ambition. I'm crazy about getting up like this morning. I got up at 5 in the morning. I fell asleep at like 2 on my couch, working on my laptop. Woke up with the laptop on my lap. Payroll Giovanni playing. And it got me on. It had me up 5 in the morning grinding, back to sleep since. So, Payroll Giovanni, I gotta put him in there. If people really listen to Payroll, you're gonna run up some money listening to Payroll. But I really got a hustlers.
I feel like I gotta give somebody, it's not,
gotta put Jay-Z there for the culture, and then for the last one,
I can't say too
and I feel like I gotta give somebody that's just not, you know, self-confident. I would say,
man, he is almost one to fight. He was our both because
He was
man, I argue
in the same song video. No, not the same song. In the Humpty Dance video, he's actually a backup.
Man, he
rapped in the same song. That's what he got to.
I told him that they don't play by
In the same song video, no, not the same song. In the Humpty Dance video, he's actually a backup. He raps in the same song. That's what he got to.
Because what I went through, man, if I had the opportunity to go to a private school or not be in the hood and stuff like that, because I'm big on like your real life relates to your artistic life. But at the same time, I can say Tupac has the top 2 deliveries of all time as far as vocal delivery and lyrics. Nobody touching Tupac on that. But as far as like somebody I can relate to, he's not on my Mount Rushmore. It's hard because I still love Tupac. It's just a little tough. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm big on that. You know, I've been through stuff. And when somebody ain't really went through nothing and they talking about that, I kind of offended. But Tupac, a top 3 all time. Top 2. I'm giving top 2 all time. My Mount Rushmore, my last one would be who? Y'all got me. They're prepared. I would say,
So the last one.
I'm gonna tell y'all ain't ish. Y'all wrong for that. Y'all really wrong for that.
It's like I'm trying to pick between
The
Rick
last
Ross
one,
and
okay.
Karter.
Okay, so
And
the
who?
last
Because I'm
one.
about longevity. Once again, music. Like an artist who can be 50 years old
It's like
and can drop
I'm trying to pick between
and
Rick
they
Ross
can
and
make
Curtis.
wait to check it out.
Because I'm about longevity.
That's what I'm.
Again,
That's the type of
timeless
music I like.
music.
I like
Like an artist
I
who
like
can be 50 years old and they can
stuff. So
drop
that's what my
the album and they fan base can't wait to
I'm gonna
check
have
it
to
out.
say
That's the type of music I like. I like lavish
honorable
music. I like
mention,
chill,
Rick Ross.
laid back stuff. So
Okay.
that's
Rick
my Mount
Ross
Rushmore
is
based
off
off of.
topic. I don't like reading about
I'm gonna have to say
females and sexual stuff.
currently
I don't.
with
I need somebody
honorable
to tell me
mention
about making
of
money.
Rick Ross.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
my
just
person.
Rick Ross and Tom can get off topic. I don't like hearing about females
All right.
and sexual stuff. I don't want to listen. I need somebody to tell me
Alexis said
about
that she
making
likes
money.
Miles.
That's
I
my
do too.
person.
I'm with you, Alexis.
No, the funny thing about Mount Rushmore is like this. It's your Mount Rushmore.
That's cool. Y'all,
It's
y'all,
personal to
y'all
you.
rocking with Mount Rushmore. Y'all like, nah.
Like we ask the question because we love to see the uniqueness of the answer.
It's your Mount Rushmore.
You may say somebody I would have never thrown currency then on somebody.
Me either. I don't
Like,
think I've ever heard anyone
we
answer
ask
that
the
question and say
question
currency.
because
Yeah.
we love to see the uniqueness
Really?
of the
Mhm.
answer.
Yep.
You may say
I mean,
something.
I've never
I would
played
have
a
never
currency
thrown
record.
currency down on somebody.
However, I mean,
Yeah.
I can name
Really?
artists that you may have never heard. That you were like, well, why is he on that side? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Right.
And
I can name artists
so it's incorporated to
that may that
Yeah.
that
It's
you may have never
interesting
heard
to see your
that you were like,
influences.
why is he on
Yes.
that side?
That's one of the reasons why we asked.
Right.
And
What you got?
so it's
Well, speaking
incorporated
of
to you.
influences,
Oh,
I know that your
Yeah.
teenage years, everyone's
That's one of the
teenage
reasons why we
years
asked
are some trying times. I
What you
really
got
feel
for
like
me,
your
Cam?
teenage years is
Shit.
starting to have that definition, for you. Your definition, your drive is starting to come out. And of course, we are influenced heavily by our surroundings, whether it's a good influence or a bad one. I know myself as a teenager, like I literally have, if I think back, I have a soundtrack to my teenage years. I do. Do you have a soundtrack? If so, who's on it? Who's on your soundtrack for your teenage years? Huh?
For my teenage years,
Yeah, for your teenage years.
the exact song of the artist.
Give me the songs. If it's like an artist, like their whole album, then say that.
For my teenage years,
And which album?
the exact song of the artist.
I would say, where would I be by? Boosie, I got a lot. As far as saying
Soundtrack
solid,
to my teenage years.
not playing and really
I
being
would
about your
say,
family and
where would I be
responsibility.
by?
I got that
Boosie, I got a lot of knowledge as far as staying solid and not playing and really being about your family and your responsibilities. I got that from Boosie. Boosie was low-key a father in the music. So I could say Boosie helped mold me. I used to listen to Boosie every day in my teenage years. And, it really helped mold me and to where I am now.
And to where he at now, it's like, oh wow. So
It helped me survive. I can make it, that where would I be?
Where would
Like
I
you
be?
hear
It
him talk
makes
about
you
his
feel
pain
like,
and what he been through into where he at now. It's like, oh wow, so you can go through this and that, you can still make it to that point.
I can say that.
So like, where would I be? It makes me feel like, well, dang, look at Boosie. Boosie could do that. I mean,
Okay.
I could do it too. And You know, I can say that I used to listen to him when he was out in foster care. I used to listen to Illy by T.I. I don't know, it was something about the beat.
That's what's
It
up.
was something about the
Anybody
beat.
else?
So
Just
it
the
was
Boosie and
between
Ti.
Where Would I Be by Boosie and Illy by T.I.
Yeah, that's just about it. Yeah. Feel like it's somebody missing that I used to. I mean, now, don't get me wrong, I still got lit.
Yep, that's
You know,
just
during my
about it.
teenage years.
Yeah.
You know, that was around
I feel
early
like it's
2010.
somebody I'm
That was,
missing that
you
I used
know,
to. I mean, now,
2010,
don't get me wrong, I still
2012,
got
that
lit,
was when
you know,
Walker
during my
Flocka and Rick
teenage
Lee was
years.
changing the
And,
game. So
you know, that was
I
around
definitely gotta say, like,
early 2010s.
I
That was,
would say,
you know,
I would do about
2010, 2011,
I was
2012. That was
every day I was
Waka
listening to
Flocka and Lex Luger was changing the game. So
Okay.
I definitely got to say, like,
driving my dogs.
I would say, you know, oh, let's do about Waka Flocka being so mainstream. I was every day I was listening to Ride for
You
My
know, you
Dog
couldn't get no liquor, so
by
you try
Waka
to
Flocka.
get some wine out of the
Ride for
fridge
My
on the
Dog. I
street.
used to
So you
love
get off the air, party,
up by
dancing,
try to
ride
sneak
my
some
dog.
wine. Cause you know you can't get no liquor, so you try
that
to
was
sneak some wine
that
out
was
with
the
your friends,
best
bring
side of my
friends and
teenage
stuff.
years.
We'll get tipsy off of that, and we'll just be
Okay.
partying and dancing and
That's
ride
what's
for my
up. I like
dog.
it.
So
CP3, you got something?
you know that was that. That was the
I was just
best
anxious
side
to
of my
hear some of his artists that he, had. If we had any music or anything to check out, that's what I'm anxious to hear. Some of his artists and the sound that he has.
That's even
Most definitely. They vanilla, like we got these records, we got Bulletproof, we got that. That first one
most
thing about
definitely. They vanilla like we got. We got these records. We got Bulletproof. We dropped that. That's her really spitting. One thing about Faye, she's a spitter. She's not just she ain't coming on no city girl. And nothing against her. I love city girls, but they.
Everybody,
You could put her up next to
look her up, you look
a
at the
top
comments
male lyrical spitter,
even the
and
songs
she
that
could
she
go
got
bar for
with
bar.
Rio and all
I'm
that.
telling you, like
They'll be like,
everybody when you go
like that
on YouTube and you look her up in the comment section, even the songs that she got with Babyface, Ray, Rio, and all them, they'll be like, dang, like that female, she was spitting, or they'll be like, yo, she talk, she talk that shit, like that's literally what everyone says. Babe. It's like, cause she really rap like a dude, but she's super pretty and elegant, and she has a pretty voice, but she gonna snap. So, that song, the song she just did with Nick Dior out of Houston, Texas, they dropped that video called Street. She really killed that. So, I feel like Bae Vanilla, she definitely a huge example of the type of music. I'm all about reflecting.
Okay, music?
Yeah.
Well, you just told us where to find it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely check it out.
You never did.
Yeah, you said she's on YouTube and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yep, got four videos that we got.
Okay, that's what's up.
You say where to find the music?
She's on YouTube, she's on everything.
Yep, she got four new videos that we dropped on YouTube.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, we
She's
got
on
the
YouTube, she's on everything.
What's the name of the song?
She's out of Detroit.
What's the name of her song?
But yeah, we got other artists too. We got. I'm sorry.
What's the name of her song?
Eating Greedy.
Bae Vanilla.
She got
dropped. The latest one was Eating Greedy.
Okay, I'm about to give me a second. I'm gonna play her video.
With Nick Dior out of Houston, Texas.
Okay, most definitely.
Eating
I'm gonna play
Greedy.
the.
She got tired of you.
Second, I'm gonna play her video.
I was gonna play,
Okay, most definitely.
I'm gonna play the.
So I know y'all know about the Trick Daddy and Trina song. They're classic.
Now,
together.
the song with All Star JR. That's classic. So I know y'all know about the Trick Daddy and Trina song. you know, they're classic together. Her song All Star JR is basically the Detroit
It's
classic.
uncut. I mean, the one right now I got is the
it got over 100,000.
I got the Eating Greedy
So
joint.
explicit, I can say, is it an uncut station or is it?
It's uncut. The one
I
right
just
now I
typed in
got
her
is
name.
I got the Eating Greedy joint.
But normally, when
I just typed in her name.
I usually have the stuff prepped. Like if someone send me the link, so I'll have it prepped.
Normally,
so play it on the show. Give me a second.
I usually have the stuff prepped. Like if someone send me the link, I'll have it prepped so that we can play it during the show.
Called the first.
Give me a second.
He did that with K Money Beat.
Yeah, most definitely. The songs I recommend.
You also got
first. She dropped that with Nuke out of Detroit. It's
show
called The First. She did that with K Money Beat and Nuke. She also got. So I mean, that the show app
really
that
you don't got a bad verse.
she got that too. Gamblers, that's another song she just dropped. So I mean, we really back to back with it. It's really just she don't got a bad verse at all. She don't got a bad song at all.
Playing it right now. Eating Greedy.
Which song you
Young
playing?
turn bitch, all I got is get money. Hoes in they face cause I ran up 100, eat it greedy. I'ma chase a bag till I'm rich. If he ain't spinning cheese, then he ain't getting shit. Hoes be so pressed, but they used to be fans. This real ass bitch doing shade to my man. Hoes in your face, hoes trying to let me slide. Screaming that they real, but they steady shit right. Fuck bitch, we talk, man, I'm done being nice. I cut the nigga off, I ain't saying shit twice. Left the pussy nigga Nas ass wanna fight. Nigga think he hard, what's your name is? I be busting down pros, about to catch next flight. Bitch in my wood, I was choking all night. Finna pull me up at 8th, I gotta grab me a Sprite. Cup real muddy, put the walk on ice. My palm stay itching like a head full of light. I keep the strap on me like a ran through dice. I ain't never been a bitch and I ain't never got hold your baby daddy on my dick cause my knot won't fold. Don't even let him touch your pussy cause I heard he told. Back and forth to the H-ho, I stay on the road. Scoring zips to the Zod, but I'm dropping a bow. Drinking and finessing, trying to get shit sold.
Boy ass bitch, all I do is talk business. Seen a lot of shit, but I ain't never been a witness. Nigga wanna hit the road for some pros, I ain't splitting. Chasing out the bag and run up digits, no fitties. Wanna touch 100, bitch, you gotta have some hustle. Don't get mad when I say this, know you hoes like a tussle. That nigga that you fucking ain't getting no cheese. Got the plug on the walk and he still sipping green. What that mean? I don't know, you tell me. Spent 1,000 on his shoes, he ain't got it in his jeans, out of pocket. Bank empty, just like his wallet. That's the dick that you sit on every morning, bitch, you wild. I been getting hate from this hoe since a child. Say I'm acting funny, they ain't see me in a while. Try to call me fake, I'ma crack a smile. I'm the realest bitch around, trying to make $1 million pop. Keep a roll on me, I can never stop flexing. On your best day, bitch, I still get more attention. Niggas on my head when I responded to their message. I'm driving through the mountains, dog, I barely got reception.
Young turn bitch, all I do is get money. Hoes in they feelings cause I ran up 100, eat it greedy. I'ma chase a bag till I'm rich. If he ain't spinning cheese, then he ain't getting shit.
Eating Greedy. I know CPIII had a couple of lines in there that he was feeling.
Yeah, that joint, that's just dirty right there. For them two sexy ass females spitting that. I got like a kind of like a Too Short vibe off of that joint. Like a female Too Short, bro. I was like, God damn.
He was in his zone.
Yeah, I was checking him out. I was like, damn. Yeah, we got to get them on the show. Shit, we want them in studio.
I'm surprised you didn't say your famous line.
What that is?
Man, you might smoke to that.
Nah, you can't even smoke that joint. You ready to get loose to that joint. The way you can get a little loose to that joint. That pretty much say everything that you need to say. You just put that on and you just look at the girl when the song playing. Like, yeah. Right. And I pretty much say everything that you need to tell. You just put that on. You just look at the girl and the song playing. Like,
kind of break down,
Oh,
you know,
I
how
do
she can
now.
fit
This one song,
called Honey.
that really goes,
Baby Love.
to
It
really
was
kind of break
freestyle
down,
from Big. She really
you
went
know,
in.
how she
It
can
was
really
also the
spit.
intro to
It's
her
called
EP
Honey.
called Same Energy
Honey by
that we dropped last
Baby
year.
Miller.
Okay.
It was
You know, we get a ton
freestyle
of
she
reactions
did.
off that because
She
they
really
like,
went
ain't
in.
no way,
Also the intro to
it
her
literally
EP called
on
Same
the
Energy
internet. They'll be
that
like,
we
baby
dropped
face,
last
rain
year.
broke down. I'm like, how did
We get a ton of reactions off that because they like, ain't no way she
So it's like,
it's literally
stuff
it'll
like
be
she's
rumors
so
on the internet.
aggressive.
They'll be like,
Cause she's
Babyface
on the
Ray
second
wrote
birthday.
that, or I'm like,
That's
how
when
did
she was
Babyface Ray
spitting,
don't
you
even
know, and
work?
it's like,
Like
oh,
we just
okay,
did a
but
feature with him and that's it.
100.
So it's like it's stuff like she's so aggressive.
Country thought
She was on the second verse of the E3. That's
That's
what she was spitting, you know, and it's like, oh, okay, but
yeah, 100 song,
a
that's
hundred.
you know, that really breaks her down, you know, really
Stop, country
on
South
how she
Carolina,
can
so I
take
can
it to
say
that
some
next
stuff
level
different.
and really get a reaction out of it.
You know,
and
it's like
feel her.
with that 100 song, that's really, that really breaks her down, lyrically on how she can take it to that next level and really get a reaction out of it and really feel.
One thing, I love dealing with Lexus is like, we just not here for the vocal art. We want to touch all the
Set up an
artists and
interview
stuff
with
like
her.
that.
One thing,
appreciate that we can
I love
branch out and
dealing
reach out.
with Alexis is,
We definitely look
we
forward to
just not
setting
here
something up
for
in the
the
future.
vocal artists. We want to touch all the
Yeah,
artists.
most definitely, we could definitely make that happen.
Appreciate and branch
It's
out and
good,
reach
and
out.
she loves it.
We definitely
She's so passionate about it. Like,
setting something
so
up.
when I told her about the clean option song that we
Yeah, most definitely, we can definitely make that happen. Like I said, she's
month.
a spitter and she loved this
I
music.
gave it out there. I told her,
She's so passionate about it. Like,
make sure
so when I told her about the
make
clean
a story
house
with a
song
plot
that we
to it.
did,
You know, you
that's
can
gonna
make
be
these
this
short
album,
songs.
season next month.
Now let's tell the story.
I gave
And
it
the
out there. I
same day
told
she
her,
sent it right back.
make sure
Same day. It was probably
this
3
make the
hours
story
later.
with a plot to it. And we know you can make these club
Right
songs.
back.
We
I'm
know
like,
you can spit. Now let's tell the story.
And
And same day she sent it right back.
And sent it back.
I
Same
know.
day, probably 3
She'll
hours later.
love it.
After I told her. Right back. I'm like, how did you even come up with the concept that quick and record it, get it mixed and mastered, and sent back? That's how passionate she is. So she'll love to do
Well,
it.
yeah.
You know she's passionate about this music.
Ultimately, you said you want to be a producer and everything, and you want to, kind of have that cash money type of deal. As far as you as an artist, is that it? Are you gonna keep going, or you just gonna stick to the producing?
I want to stick. It's like I want to stick to the producer side because I'm more of a big fan of music, and it's nothing like producing an artist together, creating albums, or
it's like I want
executive producing an artist album.
I'm more of a big fan of music, and it's nothing like producing an artist together and creating albums, or executive producing an artist album to make sure it's the best possible sound. I'll be a fan of my own. If I can't be a fan of an artist, I won't work with them. Because I need to see it from a music lover perspective. That's how I can make sure, each project is at the maximum sound. Because promotion-wise, we can get it done. It's nothing, we felt based
in a
on
little over a month
to
to
the
start
point
the
where,
page,
she's getting 2,000-3,000 likes on a brand new Instagram, organic, 200-300 comments in a little over a month since starting that page, and almost 10,000 followers without IG ads, nothing. So look through her likes and look through her comments, all of them. So I'm big on making sure artists make the best sound possible. Artistry wise, I've dealt with being, I've had my name bad. Like I've had people who been a fan of myself from back in my Republic days. Like, oh, why we quit? Oh my God, Juicy dropped the music. Oh, Juicy Lane, this is that. Why we quit? Why we doing? I'm like, it's like, I'm just following my passion. I know. I feel like I kind of the blessing and the curse of not waiting on the artist to get in position. The blessing was being in position. The curse was you're gonna create fans, and the fans gonna want you to continue to make music. And the thing is, I'm gonna be honest, I still make music to this day because I love it so much. Last night I recorded 2 songs. I'm gonna record some songs tonight. I do it because I love it. My passion is putting music together, composing music. I love being that person in front of the orchestra that just got the little wand, the magic wand in his hand, and just got everybody doing the violins going crazy and the bass player going crazy, so I love doing that, but at the same time, I also love making music. I just don't want the spotlight. I don't like that stuff because I want to create stars. I don't want to be stars. That's just me. But I will always have a passion for making music. The next compilation album, I just might throw, a song or 2 in there.
I definitely feel you on that one, though.
Depending on how I feel.
I don't like being in the spotlight myself.
Really?
Nah, I'm more of a behind the scenes type of person.
This is he robs people at night.
Hey,
We don't want them. We don't want
I have
the feds from you.
I do have a past. I'm not used to being in front of the camera, except for
This is he robs people at
Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. But I'll be. Yeah.
very CP3-ish.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I say, I check in on social media after I'm gone.
The rap game is the streets now. It's the hood. Like, it's one big hood now. It's one big project in the rap game. And, it's like, I like chilling. I like no attention. It's so peaceful. I love it. And I'd rather artists get attention and me get the attention. I don't want no attention. I just really, making music, I just love it. I just want to hear it. Somebody not going to make this exact type of music I like, so I'm going to make it myself, and I'm going to just enjoy it for myself. And then, of course, my other people around me going to always want to hear it. And they get a little TikTok, that's blessing and, a blessing and a curse. They get a little TikTok, like, man, drop it. And I'm like, yo, no. You want to listen to it. Check out my artist.
I can't say, we been signing him myself to this day. Like,
I can't say, me and Alex, like, to this day. I can't say, me being used to being signed to him and tell me to this day, like, because back then when I was working with him, they used to want me to use auto-tune stuff, and we actually hit top 1 and charts, radio charts, radio wave, with that single mind, I was doing the auto-tune. It wasn't my style, but so lyrical. I love that. Basically, mafioso music. If it ain't mafioso music, I don't want to listen to it. That's why my Mount Rushmore we had earlier is mafioso type artists. If it ain't mafioso music, that AZ, I feel like brought to the line. I feel like AZ brought that to the line, like Jay-Z and Nas took it to another level, to the mainstream. And that's the type of music I love to make. We don't live in that time. And I'd rather artists who help them on the production side. I love the TikTok music. I like people complaining about it. I don't like it. TikTok is fun, man. Like back then, I remember
Another thing creation.
Back in the days, what's their name? It's not Chris, probably.
Are you trying to age us on air?
I'm 25. Thank you very much.
You trying to age us on air? You trying? Oh, y'all know.
I'm 25. I don't know what you're talking
Talking about y'all clap each other.
You trying to age us on air? You trying? Oh, y'all know.
He had the hat with the dreads with the ponytail, but he had the
Oh
cut.
my God!
Oh, you talking about Kid? You talking about Kid and Play?
I think it was on Martin. He like
Hey,
had the
man.
hat with the dreads with the ponytail.
I'm proud of my
He had
age.
the cut on the side of everybody dropped down.
I love the TikTok.
Kid and Play, yeah, y'all had Kid
Because
and Play back
once
in the
again, I'm
day.
an
Everybody
play
was
out.
to be
But
lyrical and so serious back then. So the same thing today. You know, it's like I love the TikTok now. I'm just not gonna do
Yeah.
it.
Well, Kid and Play had to
once
have
again,
some
I'm an
lyrics to
AZ
get to
fan.
where they were. Eventually, they became the
I'm not
party
gonna let
people.
my
That was about
pride
it.
stop me from pushing
But
what
at
I
first,
wanna
they
do.
had to. There was no way into the game if you ain't have no lyrics. Back then, couldn't get in. Once you got in, some people decided they didn't want to talk about nothing anymore.
So we probably about to let you go.
Pretty much.
So when is the project dropping for your artists?
So we probably about to let you go. So when is the project dropping for your artists?
Showing the world what type of sound, what kind of
Compilation project,
and
to look at it
to
as
the
like a
world.
DJ Khaled perspective of, just putting, showing the world what type of sound and, what sound is like, what type of sound you got,
Not the
serving
place
it to the world, taking all the artists I work with, I work with Dallas to Florida, I got Leah Stars out of Gainesville, Florida, I got Master Place out of Dallas, Big Legend out of Dallas, I got artists all over the place, that I'm just building and helping them work with their sound and building their fan base and all that up and stuff like that, all the way to Detroit, New York, and California, and Vegas. So it's like we all over the place with it.
We're definitely gonna be in touch. Every once in a while, interviews with some of your artists and definitely build a relationship.
We're looking to drop it in mid-February.
Well, we definitely gonna be in touch. Every once in a while, interviews with some of your artists and definitely build a relationship. Yeah, that's the bar with you.
Most definitely. Appreciate that too. Appreciate y'all taking the time to really tap in with me. I appreciate, y'all platform. Y'all dope as hell. I appreciate all y'all got going on and how y'all really support the artists out here. I definitely got to give that to y'all because most of these radio platforms ain't really supporting independent artists like that. And I just got to say, what y'all do for these independent
we just do the show to do the show.
You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
even think
I just want to tip my hat off to y'all.
It's nice to be said that it's nice to be told that we do good work. That's impressive.
I think we just do the show to do the show. I don't even think about it like that, but it's
nice to let you go because I know
it's nice to be told
about to play some music and CPIII probably gonna go on his sports rants.
Yeah, dealing with these fans. No, I'm chilling because I got my point across. These fans are so.
Definitely keep definitely watch the show because it's about to get wild.
CP3 is quiet.
Hey man,
you on the internet about to go back in Facebook jail or something.
Yeah.
With CPC.
Hey man, they
They
locked me out.
Everybody get your Tupac, get ready. Fresh out of jail because he about to be blocked for 30 days.
Hey man, told you they already locking me down for bullshit, so fuck it, man. I might as well just say do or die, nigga.
And they get all his pages
He's
too.
about
That's
to
the
be
bad
blocked
part.
for 30 days.
Fuck it.
They get all them pages up.
We'll let you go and about to play a video and then we'll come back to hear CP3. He's type of hard. Yeah, you ever watch a dude do angry texts? Like you can tell them Texas is angry.
Oh
like
man.
Every text has hate in it.
About to play a video and then we'll come back to hear.
We thank you for sitting with us.
You ever watch a dude do angry texts? Like you can just tell them Texas is angry.
definitely, I
Like
appreciate
every
y'all
text
for
has
having
hate in
me.
it.
Follow me on Instagram, just Karter with K. I ain't on no other platforms and stuff like that. You got to the page
Definitely,
and
I
stuff,
appreciate
but
y'all for having
I'm
me.
only on Instagram, just Karter
Everybody
with
can
K.
follow me on Instagram, just
And make
Karter
sure
with
y'all
K,
follow
and
at the
on no
bar
other platforms
and stuff like
and
that. I
stuff like
appreciate
that.
y'all
We
once
have
again.
the recorded
Thank y'all.
pages and stuff.
No
We
problem.
appreciate
All
it.
right, man.
Only on
Take it easy,
Instagram,
man.
just Karter with a K.
Most definitely, and I'll be
And
chopping
make sure
it up.
y'all follow at the bar.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we are
Stuff like
definitely
that. I
here to support
appreciate
your
y'all
platform,
once again.
sir.
Thank y'all.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Most definitely, and I'll be chopping it up.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah,
we are
yeah.
definitely here to support your platform, sir.
Man, I'm sure you're about
I
to,
appreciate y'all.
once we come back from the video, cuss somebody out.
CP3 is.
Nah,
You
not
about to
really.
cuss at this Bills game.
So,
It's tied of 14-14 at halftime. It's going to be a tight game. This was a coin toss for me.
You about to cuss at this Bills game.
Time for some more bands.
Man, the city need to pull this one out.
You know, even the big lose, the Bills chose.
It's pros.
It just, it just feels so good that after 4, 10, 11, 12 victories, they season ends 6 days after ours. So all that. Oh, of course. So all that doesn't matter. You know, after all the victories, your season ends 7 days after ours. So, you know,
At the end of the day, this means
you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean nothing.
and then even
all that.
Eagles fans some fucking trash. I'm just like, bro, where you at?
Same. I wasn't even talking about the Eagles.
Yeah, I know who you talking
I
about.
wasn't. Eagles ain't even part of this because they're not.
They got
Jalen Hurts was for hurt Eagles. Jalen Hurts can't throw past 20 yards.
Yeah, he don't have a.
He don't scare you past 20, 25 yards. Talk to me, CP3. Talk to me. Come on, that's the professor right there. Talk to me.
If they develop them, if they give him time to develop and development teach him how to read defense, he has an arm. He just doesn't know how to read defenses because he's fast and all coordinators and with these young black quarterbacks, if you can't, you break the pocket. So if they have patience and develop him, he can be a quality quarterback.
That's but you got to be able to do that Aaron Rodgers throw off that little flick off the back of your foot. Come on now. You
got to progress
there.
there.
That little Mahomes off the back of your foot, that little flick jump. And the ball goes 40, 50 yards. Come on now.
I feel bad for like really not liking
that type of thing we wish we could do.
I'm actually rooting for the Rams over San Francisco.
I really want for them to make it, but I don't. I don't like them.
I don't care about him. I just don't want Trent Williams to go to the Super Bowl.
Act every Giants fan. Come on now. Act every Giant, every New York fan.
I just don't want Trent Williams going to the Super
He
Bowl.
left y'all, huh?
Let me call D-Bell.
He didn't bring us nothing.
You right, he really did. But he brought me some classic meme moments. I like really made a legit meme from that time he was crying and he got beat up by the kicking match when he played us. Remember that? He was crying on the field, and they had a picture of him that I took, and I made it to like a cute little meme. That was my profile picture.
Yeah, that's Trey Songz.
But hold on, here's the problem. Here's the problem with that picture.
Ever since that picture, she was like,
But no, here's the problem with that picture. At that time, I followed Trey Songz on Snapchat. There was a whole bunch of females on the boat.
Maybe even worse.
Oh, I'm sure.
So why wasn't they even sure?
I'm sure that was funny.
And I was like, what? Because Trey Songz is a whole certified hoe. So you know it was going to be females on the boat.
Of course. I know he.
But I didn't see Odell with none of them. I'm going to be real with you. Because I saw Trey with a whole bunch of females. And then the only time that honestly, the only reason why I knew that the Giants were on that boat with him was that picture. In his Snapchat, he snapped like the whole day that they was on that boat. And all I saw was the women and like everybody's boots. And I did not see nobody.
Everybody's food.
I ain't see nobody from the Giants. And Trey was like, y'all not about to be on my Snapchat. I mean, he looks gay in like almost everything he did. Real talk.
He looks like
And some of the attire he wears when he goes to the games, I used to be like, wait. But real talk, it's a bunch of players that they go to the game, you know, you're supposed to dress up and they look wrong. I mean, even LeBron had his moments when he wore them shorts.
Absolutely. Him, Russell Westbrook.
When he wore that
Shirts and all that.
no, when LeBron wore that JFK son suit. But they've been thinking that like, oh, he looks like he a single mom picking up his child and the whole time he looks like he in the photo.
he's like the ugly girl that's in curves. Like,
So he could have his little hat and he could walk under the hat. I was like, oh. Like, girl, I walked up in the school with that expression and he had Go ahead and eat that because you be talking that you be hearing Remember that time he was mad because I kept this story and ate the cornbread? He was like, I was when you over and I was like, I'm sorry.
it's like light.
She's about to say, he was like, I'm not taking it. No, no.
He's just thinking like light. He's the front over it.
I'm not trying to. That man was like, he was legit mad. Because it was like the whole show.
I was waiting for it after the show. That's what you ate. I was like, oh, no.
What do you mean? You ain't getting up throughout the show. So how am I supposed to know? I thought everybody had their little piece of cornbread.
Yeah, I saw it, so I got it.
I was like, oh, this cornbread still sitting here. They ain't want it. They must have saved it for me. Let me tell you something. I had 6 children in my house at one time when I was raising my sister's 4. Let me explain to you. If that food is sitting,
Yeah.
hey.
So
I thought it was there because y'all was being nice and saved it for me. I got one teenage son in my house, and I'm telling you this, I better eat it if I want it. So my bad.
Right. It was out. That's what we eat.
My son got real mad. I got a mini fridge in my room. He gonna come in there, about to go. I said, what you coming in here about to touch my fridge? Cause you be hot and stuff in here. You're right, I do.
So now you know when you're gone. You know when you're doing. He's in there.
I'm not most of the time when I leave, he's gone. And I work from home.
Okay.
So it's not like he getting home before me. And it's sitting right, that's why I have it in my room. Because I work from home. I'm at the computer. I got my little mini fridge. I got my Keurig on top so I can reach, get my water if I want. Now I got food in that drink too because this monster. Really?
Appetite just eat everything. It's like, come on now, King. You know I was.
I had bought a pack of Hawaiian
You
bread.
know I was. We just stir stuff up.
Let me tell y'all.
Wake up in the middle of the night. Look, see anybody looking. Fuck this food.
I bought a pack of Hawaiian bread. Do y'all know he came home from school and ate half the pack immediately? An hour after
Then
he
toast it, then butter it.
An
Do nothing.
hour after he just took it out. And don't let me get that Minute Maid juice in the carton. Like that's like it never lasts 24 hours unless I have it.
Hey, look, that's my bread. Hey, ain't cheese. We just grinded it. Don't eat toast.
Didn't say, hey mom, you want some? So I took the other half and put it in my room. Why you taking it? You ate half. It's me and you in here now. And he can't blame it on his sister. She lives in her own place in Florida. You can't blame it on her now. Right.
Wake up in the morning, time to get up.
This is right, y'all. It's breakfast CP3. Let me know when you about to tuck us back on. I ain't getting it in.
So y'all getting it in, son.
Right. They're over there, you know, smacking and, you know.
53 got his cornbread.
My cornbread.
So I see y'all getting it in, so
Right. Yeah.
Just like this one, though, even though I know I know it's all like stuff like this.
I just made this because
No, that's fine. No. I just need to know what to play. I just need to know what the back note is. The faster I can know it, the faster I can, you know what I'm saying? The easier it is for me to slip on my hair and be out. Yeah, hey. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, remember that.
With this funeral purely by your man. When it comes to the shit, I figure I got a lot. So let a young nigga just go and testify. Oh yeah, the mistakes I made a nigga specify. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, we been straight. Oh yeah, oh yeah, we okay.
I'm just now getting to have somebody. Look at that.
Coffee though. That ain't even coffee though.
They're probably not.
You ain't classify that as coffee though.
Straight Baileys by now.
Pretty much.
Them niggas making assumptions like, oh yeah, we all the same cause we came up just from nothing, oh yeah. Now seeing my father calling my nice mother like, oh yeah.
You good. Your gray sticking out on the side. Look at you. Showing your age.
Salt and pepper gone.
I can't say that about salt and pepper. I got some salt in my head.
It's like, oh,
That's why I was asking, because I'm stuffing my face. I can't be on camera.
right.
I'm probably trying to be.
Yeah, I'm good.
I just live a life like, oh yeah. No, just friends with these brands hit the block, oh yeah.
What's up? I'm over here getting it.
Rap game already know, nigga, I've been headed like, oh yeah. If we in a way, then change your lane, cause we never gonna stop, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, we been straight. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, we okay. Oh yeah, oh yeah,
I don't think people ask these stupid questions. Like, they hear that song and they be like, what's the name of that song again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's the name of the song? Oh yeah, nigga.
Right.
Huh? Was it in the song?
Right, I'm waiting. You thinking?
What's the name of that song again?
Oh yeah.
Keep on freezing up, man. I don't know what's going
Oh,
on.
your precious NFL network not acting right?
Yeah,
What?
like the first game is streaming fine. We never done this
Salute
before.
salute to Carly B. So it was a bad fire in the Bronx, and Carly B is going to pay for the funeral of all the people that died.
Salute to Carly B.
And the Bronx is my
So it was a bad
second
fire in the Bronx,
borough
and,
that I was like really grave
Carly B is
inside.
going to pay for the
Queens is
funeral
always gonna be,
of all the
it's
people
always
that
came
died.
my origin, but
And
we
the
spent
Bronx
many
is
a
my
summers in the
second
Bronx.
borough
And when
that
that
I
fire
was
was
raised
was
inside.
too far from
Queens.
where we
Queens is always
were
gonna be,
staying.
it's always
Right.
gave my origin.
So
But
my hat goes
we
to
spent
any of
many
the
a
families that
summers
were affected
in the
by that.
Bronx. And when that
We
fire
would definitely
was,
keep you in
wasn't
prayers. But
too
big
far
salute to
from
Carly
where
B
we used to stay.
for remembering her hometown, because a lot of people get
My
famous,
hat goes
and a lot
to
of
the
people get
families that were
forgetful.
affected by it.
Yep.
When they get famous.
We can
Indeed.
definitely keep you
And
in
Fat
prayer.
Joe, and also Fat Joe has been
For
trying to raise money to
hometown, a lot of people
the
get
families
famous,
that were affected by the
and
fire.
a lot of people get forgetful.
And honestly, I'm gonna be
when
real
they
with
get
you.
famous.
Seeing what
And
we
Fat
have
Joe,
seen
and also
from the
Fat
both
Joe
of
has
them,
been
it's not a big surprise because they've
trying to raise money
always
to the
let it be known that they
The
are
Bronx is home.
for right and they for their people. You know, that's good. I do want to give props to them as well. Some people they forget.
The Bronx is home.
They definitely forget.
Check on Tampa Bay.
Man,
Check on Tom Brady, because you're going to the couch bowl. You're
Check
sitting on
on
the couch like the rest of us.
Tampa Bay fan.
And let's be honest. Let's have this
Check on
conversation.
Tom Brady.
I'm sick of your punk ass winning.
You're
So
going
I'm
to the couch
actually
bowl.
cheating ass winning. So
Sitting on the couch
I'm
like the
glad you're sitting on the couch.
And
CP3, is it over?
let's have this conversation.
Hey,
Is it
man.
over, Brady? Is that it?
That's a good question. Is it over for Brady?
I feel like it should have been, but
I think he's gonna come back.
gonna
I think
hit the
he's
top
gonna.
after
He,
this
he still has another year on his contract. I think he's gonna come back.
he's old as dirt. Like real talk.
So he's still on the contract for one more year.
One more year,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead.
For how long?
I think he should have retired last year.
Man, let
He
me
was
tell you
talking about
something.
playing until he was almost
He's
50.
playing some people that he's old enough to be their father. Y'all know that, right? So it's like, ain't he like what 44 now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're 44, right? And you got kids 24 coming at you, ready to hit you, right? I feel like that's a problem.
Take your head off.
I think he's one
Take
good.
your head off.
I think he's one good hit away from reality.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you hide behind Gronk all your life.
They
Come on
protected.
now.
They protected him because they want the narrative. They would rather the narrative to be Tom Brady is great than Brian Belichick is a great coach.
But here's my thing.
Simple
I
as
don't
that.
care. Tom old.
Yo,
You
But
got rings. Like, bro, you got rings. People are arguing other people down and saying that you're the best ever right now.
yeah,
And I don't like Tom, but I do understand he will be a Hall of Famer.
yeah.
So at the end of the day, you can go ahead and back out because what's going to be sad is if he get hit on that field and we see a big problem.
Hey, we see. I mean, we've seen other quarterbacks go down. You know,
Yeah,
in
but I
their
mean,
career.
like, it's going to be sad.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
the oldest dirt ain't got no business out there.
he wants more. He wants more rings, man.
yeah, but you know what?
I'm too old for that.
You know what? You know what? You know what would change that thought?
Getting hit.
That 26-year-old, 300-pound dude, but with the speed of a 100-pound guy. It just knocks the shit out.
You know what would change?
They protected with the offensive line. Like I
They-
told you, they get
but
away
here's the
with
thing.
holds.
As much as you can protect, there is always still a way in. And you're going to find that right one that's going to come in and going to knock you out. And then you're going to feel every year of them 44 years. You will
And your body don't heal.
He's still.
Your
He,
body don't heal like when you 44 like it do when you 24.
You're
Yeah,
not gonna
but
move the way that you move.
the man still put up over 5,000 yards passing this
You're
year and over
absolutely
40
correct because
touchdowns and
he
13
ain't been hit
interceptions.
for real.
You 44
Like
And so he
not like
gonna
how some hits I've seen.
and he gonna keep that. That's the mindset of a winner, of an athlete. They're gonna keep playing until they get that hit that they can't move anymore because they don't know anything else but playing.
I'm not trying to see that man paralyzed for the rest of his life.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm not trying. We don't want to see
Take me
that.
on the structure.
It's going. I mean, that
Take me on the structure.
most.
Already paid. I'll
Yeah.
heal. I'll heal.
Yeah, but
You
what
know
if
what I'm
you
saying? I'll
go-
heal.
Like
I
real
got
talk,
7 rings, but I get broke up.
real
Take me
talk.
on the stretcher.
Superman fell off a horse. Okay, we saw our precious Superman fall off a horse and was paralyzed.
Yeah, he did.
So at the end of the day, Tom might want to chill out. He might want to go ahead and retire because I don't like the man, but I don't want to see this man messed up the way he could be.
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible. That's with any quarterback, old or young. So I mean,
Because I'm telling you, it's a lot of young athletes ready to get at him.
yeah, I mean, but he's still who he is. He hits his check downs to get the ball out of his hand quick, and if they touch him, they call it a penalty. So I mean,
Tom been playing like their whole life, like for real.
yeah, Brady, you know, it
And
is
to
what
get
it
a hit
is.
on Brady, man.
We see them get hit, and we see
Nah,
what
we
happens
ain't
when
seen
they
him
get hit.
like I'm talking about.
We ain't seen them get, because they protect all quarterbacks, so it's not
They
just him.
protect all quarterbacks, but some quarterbacks get hit hard.
Yeah, oh, they definitely protect him more than most.
Let's be real. Washington loved and worshipped the RG3. His line didn't, but Washington loved and worshipped RG3. RG3 got hit and had the whole stanky leg on the field.
Yeah, but that wasn't
Romo?
because that was because that was a fluke
How
hit.
many times Romo get his back broke?
Yeah,
Like real talk. Romo lucky to walk.
that's
And
because
see, he was younger than Tom when he got hit. You see what I'm saying? Tom, I don't want him to get hit and have not just a career-ending hit, but like a completely a life-changing, like your quality of life might be different.
I mean, that's
Like,
any
right.
that's any player. I mean,
Like,
he's just I mean,
right, because bruh, you could possibly be one hit away from a bag attached to you that you're pooping in. Like, why you cannot do this? It's not a game.
he trains himself. He takes care of himself,
You said
and
he changes himself?
no, he trains
Oh, because he will
himself.
be changing himself.
They say he has one of the toughest training regimens when they all go out and do the training. So he's in good shape. Especially for his age, he takes care of
For his
himself.
age. The fact that somebody got to say that tells you something.
Because as you say, he's 44. Nobody lasts that long in the NFL except for quarterbacks. And the fact that he was still playing at a high level, winning the Super Bowl last year.
He needs to stop.
I mean,
he real talk.
he's driven to be the best. Man, I guess he's
He
going
won 10
after.
rings. He
I
won,
guess
like,
he
all
was.
figures.
I would all his figure. I guess he won more than Bill Russell. Bill Russell had 8 for the Celtics. So I guess he won 8 or 9.
Let
I
me tell you
guess.
something. I'm saying this out of something.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him in a walker.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are evil. You was a hateful somebody. Yeah. He said, I do. I'm saying you got your beautiful wife. I would hate to see.
Too soon.
I would hate for somebody to mess that up. I'm just saying.
He be alright.
I'm saying you got your beautiful wife. I would hate for somebody. Ooh. But I'm just saying,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy your retirement, enjoy your kids. You don't
I
have to
shouldn't even feel that way. My team actually beat Brady twice in the Super Bowl. I shouldn't even feel that way. I just get tired of seeing this motherfucker in the Super Bowl.
You're right. I mean, but one team that's going for the Super Bowl, they playing now. They have had the record of Super Bowls that they didn't win.
Yeah, the Buffalo Bills.
Back to back.
I hope,
4 years.
I hope at the bottom of my heart that Buffalo never gets a Super Bowl.
I think I'm with you. I think I'm with you because it's like
Because Buffalo
I hope at
fans
the bottom of my heart
like to be like, well, we're the only New York team that play in New York. Nigga, y'all playing Canada. Cold as shit.
Because
and y'all
Buffalo
I've been
fans
to New York many times.
like to be like, well, we're the only New York
Actually
team
gone
that
up
play in
on
New York.
that
Nigga, y'all playing Canada.
You have I'm from New York.
I was in Buffalo several times.
Of course you were, because they have the type of people that you like to hang out with.
What does that mean?
You like to hang out.
What does
They have
that
people in
mean?
Canada,
Yeah.
and then they got the thugs over in Buffalo.
Thugs? Oh, okay, that's a code word right there. 'Cause There's no real thugs in
There
Buffalo.
are two types of people you like
I
to
was
hang
visited
out with.
Buffalo several
They have
times.
the
I
people
didn't
in
do a
Canada.
lot of venturing out
I'm
and
sure you
about.
didn't. What did you do? Tell us.
I spent a lot of time in a hotel room.
I'm sure. Were you alone?
Holiday Inn.
It was a Holiday Inn.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah,
Things go down in the
it's a
Holiday
nice
Inn.
joint right there, like
Mm-hmm.
100 yards from the border, right there by Niagara Falls.
Uh-huh.
Had a Denny's in the lobby.
I'm sure, because I think you told us about that, but
Yeah.
I feel like right now you're like missing something in the story, but that's okay.
I actually spoke to her a couple of days
Oh,
ago.
her.
Yeah,
Oh,
she actually
really?
hit me up, yeah.
Her, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So you admit there was a her, great.
Yeah, definitely. I wasn't going there
That's the
just for
only
fun.
reason why you
I
was
wasn't
above
going there.
like
I
you
wasn't
were.
going there for the wings. Goddamn.
You know, for the wings.
So did you have sex at the Niagara Falls?
At the falls, hell no.
Was your room looking over the falls? I really do want to stay in some of the rooms, but I want to stay on the Canada side. They said that's a better view.
Yeah, I didn't go across the border at that time.
Yeah, I want to stay in one of the rooms.
It's definitely nice though. It's definitely, like me, I hate being stuck in Maryland. I ain't been out of town in a while. I like to see different shit.
Mm-hmm.
Tired of seeing the same shit all the time.
Same shit, the same girls.
That too. Need to change the scenery every now and again.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, for my birthday, you know, I'm going to Aruba.
Same shit, the same
I
girl.
told you, I can give you the info of where we stand. It's a bunch of people going down. I tried to tell you.
As of right now, I couldn't afford a trip to Florida Avenue.
You can afford Florida. That's only $60.
Hey man.
But he needs the 40. Never mind.
Yeah.
$20 for gas, 40 for the head.
I had to cut back, man. Times
You had to
hard.
cut back?
Had to cut back. Had to cut things out of my budget.
Cut things out your butt.
Yeah.
People.
That too. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to do my thing, man. But yeah, I had to prioritize. Yeah, time is hard right now. It's hard out here for a pin.
You know what? You know that was coming.
Hey man, life is ups and downs. You got to deal with it and just got to adapt to everything that's going on. It is what it is. But I'll be back on top. Can't hold me down. I'll be back.
I feel like you're just saying a whole bunch of like quotes from songs.
Trying to be inspirational.
Yeah.
Trying to stay positive.
Amen. There you go.
I ain't trying to hurt nobody. Shit been crazy.
You're not trying to hurt nobody. Where did we get that from?
That's why I'm trying to stay positive. I'm not trying to worry about the negative.
Okay.
Because the negative thoughts take over, then it's a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear
Where's
you.
your voice change?
Because I'm in a deep mode right now.
So your voice go
So
deep.
the voice go deep. Yeah. Got to reflect what I'm going through, man.
Okay.
Told you, it's not a
Yeah,
game.
CPIII, what is the crazy thing you ever told a female?
Craziest thing. In what way? Like, yeah, I've said some crazy shit.
Well, then, just give us one.
Let's see. When when my girl's sister told her that we had sex when we actually didn't, I was like, I tried to defend myself, like she just sucked my dick. We didn't fuck, and that didn't make it better. But I was like, we didn't fuck. She just sucked my dick, but it wasn't my fault. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing's your fault.
It wasn't. She followed me to my cousin's house.
So
I didn't.
went soak the shocker?
Yeah, I didn't know my cousin was gonna let her come over, and I told her I was trying to get away with her because and then it was her fault because she left me home with a hard dick. I told her, don't leave me home with a hard dick when I'm off and you gotta go to work.
I promise you are touched, but not in a positive way.
I'm just saying.
You are touched.
I told her that. Do not leave me home with a hard dick.
Some
on a
being
day off.
touched you, but that being comes from the land down under because something ain't right.
I'm just saying.
Something ain't right.
I'm just saying. That's just how it was,
Sometimes you just like disgusting. Like, why? Why do you have
I
to be
left the
so
house. I
trifling?
left the house so I wouldn't do it, and then she followed me down to my cousin's house
So
where I
you're
told.
like, so what were you like? No, no,
No,
no,
don't. Let me unzip my pants.
Oh my God!
As
If you
I've
touch
stated
really
before,
Were you like this? If you touch this, it's not my fault.
as I stated before,
and you're like, oh my
I have a
God,
weakness.
no. I mean, no.
If you touch,
What? I mean, I don't
A man
understand.
can only say no so many times to free head. I'm sorry, you cannot.
But
There's
that's not
only a
free.
limit.
You know that, right? That's not free.
But it was from your girl.
There was a cost.
We still stayed together for a little while after that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if in life,
Uh-huh.
if you do that to a woman and she stays with you, run.
I know she tried to get me back on some big ball shit.
Exactly.
I know it was
Run.
cool. I learned.
First of all, you shouldn't be doing it in the first place.
No, I never fucked this. No, I never did.
Did you want to?
I should have.
But he
Went through all
Bill
the
Clinton
grit.
the situation. Like, come on, dude.
I told you that's my
I
weakness.
didn't have sex with her.
I didn't. I just got some head. It's different.
What year was this? Because was it around Bill Clinton time? Because I feel like
Yeah.
With the Ludacris song out, I was getting some head.
Nah, it was before that. But yeah.
But he said Clinton was in office, and
I think it was after. Let me see. Yeah,
so
it was
you
after.
channeled your inner Uncle Bill.
That was like I said. Well, that was what was going on in my life at that time. Head is and was and always will be one of my weaknesses. I cannot turn down head.
You do understand you tried for her.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying.
A woman could walk in here right now, butt naked, like, nope, I wouldn't do it. But she dropped to her knees, I'm like, I'll be right back. I'm sorry, it happened. I'm better now. I know how to control my urge. Now.
You just said. You said if she came in here. Like, how are you better?
Because I don't have my girlfriend now, so it don't make a difference now. But if I had a girl, then,
You would say no?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
See, that's just wrong. I've grown as a person. My stories are from my past. Do not judge me from my past, because I don't live there anymore. I love that meme. I love that. I finally got to use it.
The fact that it's a meme that's not your real thoughts.
But I had to use it. I always want to get it into a conversation. I finally got to do it.
So Valentine's Day is coming up.
Oh, shit.
What is the one thing that you would never get about?
One thing I wouldn't?
So Valentine's
A
Day.
tattoo on my body of their name.
Yeah, that's a no-go.
That's a no-go for me. And I sent y'all that one. It's a
Yeah.
female rapper who got her man's name on her 6 different places.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend. Nah, never. Nah, that's one thing I wouldn't do.
I mean, unless you got a hell of a tattoo artist that can do cover up.
Yeah.
Why go through it? You know what I mean? Like, you spending money and you going through time, and that artist that tattooed that on you, they put in their time just for you to cover it up later. That's just, come on, man.
That's how some people.
How about you get something that you claim symbolizes? That way, later on in life, you can say, "Oh no, this means something else." You know what I mean? Like, oh, I got a bird, and that's the bird we saw on our first date.
Was there ever a female that sexed you so good that you would consider it a tattoo?
No.
Was it? Yeah,
No.
CPT, was it?
I like tattoos, but I would never tattoo a woman's name on my body, because that'll give some folks a certain sense of, I got this motherfucker, I can do whatever the fuck I want, because this nigga got my name tattooed on his body. So he gotta stay around, because you're gonna be feeling really stupid walking around with another chick's name on your body if you're trying to date somebody else. So to me, it's just an ass backwards logic.
So I once knew a girl, I once knew a chick, and dude must have had the mattress. She put this nigga's name like half the sleeve on her shoulder, and then they broke up.
Yep, that's. I mean, really.
So,
like, here's my thing.
The funny thing, you tell you what I did though.
Like,
I knew
half the
it.
sleeve on her shoulder.
I knew that she did it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So,
He's like, yeah. I said, so what does it mean?
Say what I did though, because I knew that.
So then she was like, it's African for something.
I was like, oh yeah, let me see.
And I was
what
like,
do.
oh, it is?
She's like,
I
yeah.
thought it was African for, I put a nigga's name on my body. And
So
she
this
was
was
like,
like, it's
oh,
African
no.
for something.
I'm sorry, that's just not
Yeah, I was like, oh, it
the
is.
only males
I thought it was
who are
African
going
for,
to that could
I put a nigga's
possibly.
name on
I'm
my
not even
body.
saying going
And then
to,
she was like,
but who could
oh,
possibly
no.
get their name on me? It's my son,
Yes.
my father, my grandfather.
Yeah.
You got to be in my lineage somewhere. Other than that, I'm not. That's not something that's in my mind. And it's not because I feel some kind of way about a person, or like let's say I'm married and he dies, then maybe. But I don't know what the future may hold. You could be my greatest love, but you can also be my greatest heartbreak. And then I'm gonna have to look at that. That's permanent.
So I've had some weird scenarios. So I had an ex, and she, thank God this shit was a temporary.
So I've had
But
some weird.
she had tattooed my name.
So I had an ex,
But
and
that's not the person. She
she
tattooed
thank God
her
this shit was a
boyfriend's name on
temporary.
the other.
I'm sorry. What?
But she had tattooed my name.
So you
to
were her
arm.
ex when she did it?
Yeah.
But that's not the worst.
No, honestly. Why would she even as a temporary
She
tattoo? Why?
tattooed her boyfriend's name.
I was like, what the fuck?
That doesn't make any sense.
Actually, I said so many words. I probably can't repeat them all. We'll probably be getting turned up there. But it was something like, what the, and then this would beep, 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 beep.
No, it doesn't make
Actually,
any sense.
I was like,
Why
yo,
waste
I
your
probably
time?
can't repeat them
Like,
all.
that's,
We'll probably be getting
that ain't cool.
That sounds
But
like
She's
it
like, you're not happy?
like,
No.
what the?
that's
and then
attention.
this
If
would
it's a
beep,
temporary
beep,
tattoo,
beep,
that's
beep,
attention.
beep.
That's
First of all, I
attention
didn't,
seeking.
but was she, I didn't know it was
Like that's
Mhm.
that ain't cool.
That's attention seeking.
She's like, you're not
That's
happy.
not.
No.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it is what it is. I wouldn't even really trip.
First of all,
I wouldn't even get a
what
henna
was she- I
tattoo
didn't know
with
it was
somebody's name on
What
it.
the fuck was wrong with you?
For what? I don't.
Yeah,
I don't agree.
You got any message for your Washington football team fans?
Nah, I done pretty much said all I had to say. I posted.
He was typing angrily earlier.
Yeah, because folks is because they want to talk about that's the past, but then Snyder's on the team for 30 years and all that stuff y'all talking about happened when he first got here.
He was typing.
Yeah, he was an idiot.
It's the
He just
past,
started, yeah.
but then you won't let that go. But you willing to let that? Oh, that was a different time. Segregation was popular. Just make like really just stop. And like I keep on saying that they had a good stretch for 10 years. Oh, when George Allen took over, they were over 500. Yeah, but I said the franchise. I didn't say for a coach. So you can continue to, you can continue to make excuses for your manufactured hatred of the man. I understand you're not happy with the results. That's cool, but all the whining and stuff is just it's pathetic.
I mean, the only way I can see it would be Daniel Snyder's fault. First of all, I mean, if it's a curse, it's a curse. It's not necessarily his fault. The curse would have been, like you stated earlier, before he even got there. That's when it really would have taken place. But I mean, he doesn't make the best decisions, business decisions in regards to a franchise, a football team. You know, he doesn't make it, and we knew that when he first came in, because he was wilding. He acted a fool. But since then, he has stepped back some. He still doesn't make the best decisions like ever, but he's doing much better. I don't like the guy, honestly. I don't like him. But the team, if they suck, it's not always on him, unless he continues to put people in place that completely and totally suck and keep them there. But to those people who, I'm playing both sides of the fence, by the way, for those people who say it's his fault, they could look at that as you put people in place and you never got rid of them and they sucked and you saw that they sucked. So I see both sides of the equation. It's not necessarily him, but at the same time, I understand what people do say. Well, I understand some people.
I mean, it's been some bad, it's been some bad decisions, and like you say, sticking with Jay Gruden for 6 years, but then he had to counter the word of nobody ever fulfills their contract under him, and nobody ever does extensions. So Jay had some good points, very few, a lot of bad points, but he was trying to show consistency.
Yeah.
And now he's showing that with Rivera, even though he's had 2 losing seasons, even though they won a division last year. There's been no word of him being on the hot seat, even though some of these stupid sports media clickbait folks are saying that, which I don't agree with. There's no way in the hell he should be on the hot seat.
Not yet. No.
Yeah. You can't fix 30 years of dysfunction in 2 seasons. I'm sorry. You have to have time. And the problem is the fan base doesn't have patience, but they won't allow us to rebuild in a timely fashion, the way as the team that y'all was just talking about, Buffalo. They were in our position 4 years ago. And look at them now talking about, perennial Super Bowl contenders because they went through the process. They allowed their coach to make the decisions. They let their players develop. Josh Allen, first year as a rookie, I didn't think he had it. But, boom, we gave him time to develop it now. He's out there talking about MVP talks, trying to get to the AFC Championship game.
Well, here's the thing. You said that the Washington fans are not patient. There are a lot of them that's patient. You're talking 30 years.
Yeah, but I'm saying patient under the new. You can't account for the last 27 years ago with the 2 years that's going on now. I know it's hard to separate. Like I said, now that I cover sports, I'm not as an emotional fan as I used to be, so I can make that split and say, okay, I understand the frustration from the last 30 years, but you can't mix that with what's going on right now.
They blame what's going on right now on all of it. However, as a fan, it is frustrating because you have waited 30 years.
Definitely, I understand.
For them to turn
but there's
the
been
franchise
some success. There hasn't been Super Bowls, but there's been some good points, some bad points with most franchises.
Well, most fans that want their team to be successful, they want the Super Bowl.
True, I get that. But then think about all the teams that haven't even sniffed the Super Bowl before.
That's not our problem.
But that's what I'm saying. But we talk about how dysfunctional the organization is, but then when another organization turns it around in 2 or 3 years, well, why can't we do that? In the same breath, you just said we had dysfunction like no other franchise, but then you want to compare us to other franchises and say, how come they can't do that too? The fuck are you talking about? That shit can't happen because the dumb hypocrisy. Because it's the hypocrisy of the thought process. It's the hypocrisy of the thought process. Just like in car sales right now. I got a customer that wants, no, I'm just saying he wants top price for his trade-in, but then complains about the adjusted market value on new vehicles. I'm like, well, if we didn't have this adjusted market value, your car wouldn't be worth $10,000. So, and then we took off extra money, like $4,000, so you worried about a $27 markup, and we just took off $4,000, and you worried about the small stuff. Like, you're getting what you want, but now you want to nitpick about how you're getting it. Like, what the fuck? And that's like the Washington fan base. We can go 17-0, shut out every team and score 50 points, and they still wouldn't be happy.
We didn't do that though.
But I'm saying, even going back to last year when we had a blowout, we won by 35 points. There were fans talking about we should have won by more. What the fuck?
We're not talking about that. We're not gonna talk about that.
But that's the point that I'm making. Somebody are never going to be fucking satisfied.
A W is a W.
No matter what you do, we won by 35 points. We should have won by more. That team was this and this. Like, really?
Yeah,
Like, that shit is crazy, man. I'm like, come on. That shit be blowing me, man. I'm like, come on, bruh.
Well, how about this? How about you just like block those people?
Nah, because I don't block
They're
people.
clearly idiots. Okay.
Exactly, but I try to educate.
Is this on Facebook?
This is on social media, period.
Okay,
On Twitter, Facebook.
Because especially on Facebook, they got this little feature where you can like not block them and not unfriend them,
but you won't see their notification.
You less.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I love that feature. I've done that to quite a few.
I do that to people, but like when it comes to sport, I try to educate these stuff, motherfuckers. Because some of them don't know. Like I started to have.
Here's the thing that's funny to me is that you try to educate people who don't want to be educated.
But I have to. It's my. I know. I gotta educate these dumb motherfuckers. I do. Because like
Like,
that's why I started the hashtag. All football fans don't know football. But there are a lot of folks that don't know nuances of football, but they, hey man, No, that's real shit, man.
Let's see if you do. Before we end this, I want to talk some music real quick.
All right.
What do you think, in your opinion, or what is the most overrated artist?
Let's see if you do.
Wow.
Let's before we end this. Before we end this, I want to
To,
talk
well,
some music
my
real quick.
opinion.
What do you think, in your opinion, or what is the most overrated artist in your opinion?
That's a bold question right there. Most? Y'all probably gonna kill me for this. I gotta say Nicki Minaj. I don't understand her appeal at all.
Who gonna kill you?
Oh, because I don't know the music, but to me, I don't know none of her. I don't see her appeal at all. I don't get it.
I mean,
I feel you.
He took a lane because Nicki Minaj got famous because basically there was nobody there.
Oh, okay.
Remy Ma was locked up. Lil Kim was
getting plastic
surgery.
I'm sorry, Kim, my bad. That was I don't know.
No,
it was me.
Missy Elliott was like, "Yo, I'm rich."
Well, her heart isn't producing, honestly.
Yeah, she's like, so there was a void.
Missy Elliott was like, "Yo, I'm rich."
Queen Latifah was making movies. He was dating a white guy.
Yeah,
and
she's like,
that's how it has been.
There was a void.
And he's a billionaire, okay?
Exactly.
Queen Latifah was making movies.
No.
Dating a white guy.
So it was this big void, and Nicki Minaj stepped in.
Yeah.
The one thing about Nicki Minaj's success is, I may, not really like Nicki Minaj, but I do understand why she's successful. She was able to create a big marketing for herself because she had a 10-year run uncontested. I mean, there were some people like you never heard of, like Jean Grey and So they were dope, but they just wasn't nearly on her level.
You never heard of
and
like Jean Grey.
Nicki Minaj was able also. Yeah. She happened to get popular around the rise of social media.
They were dope, but they just wasn't nearly.
So what's also made her
and Nicki Minaj like had an uptick.
Yeah.
She happened to get popular.
Let's be honest.
The rise of social media.
She can.
So what's also
out-rap Soulja Boy.
Made her.
Who was also there for the rise of social media.
At least with Soulja Boy, he
let's be honest,
is more of a producer. Nicki just straight artist.
Out-rap Soulja Boy. Who was also
I feel like for her, she crossed over, and that's what made her big.
She did.
She was in pop as well.
That's another thing.
She was very popish. She completely changed her entire demeanor. She changed her whole look, her style, so that she can be fluid in both hip hop and pop. And I feel like that is what really catapulted her. She got her little surgeries. She dressed up in pink.
They weren't little.
I'm being nice about it, guys.
I've seen the before of Nicki Blackness.
And Nicki was like very tomboyish. You know, I'm a come steal your girl type of chick. And then she had surgeries and wore pink. And she had her bipolar type of rap. That's really what it was. It was bipolar.
I mean,
and that one version was something that you could take into pop. One version of it, the girly version. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I hated Starship, but motherfuckers love that song.
Right. She was like it was almost like at one point it was like she was coming for Katy Perry.
Yeah.
And so for a hip hop artist to be at that magnitude, I give her props. I don't think she's a good artist. So I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not a Nicki fan. Especially one thing I don't like about her is that it's almost like, and we talked about this before. It's like she didn't feel like it was enough room for more than one female artist, and she threw shade at Kim. And I'm like, chick, everything you do is like Kim.
Yeah.
Your poses, your style, everything was like Kim. And so for me, I just wanted to smack her at that point. Like that's all I felt like every time I would see her when she would do her interviews, it really made me angry because it's like you modeled your career after Kim and then you came for her. So I wasn't a fan.
So the thing about it was, at one point I was a Nicki Minaj fan because my Dark Twisted Fantasy or Monster, she ripped it, and I'm like, oh my god, maybe I was wrong about this chick. And then the following year, I get fucking Starship.
Yeah.
Fantasy or Monster, she
And it's
ripped
like,
it. And I'm like,
No.
oh my
And
god,
Bees in the Trap.
maybe I was wrong about this
That was
chick.
an awful song,
And
but
then
it was
the
a beat. It
following
was a
year,
beat that was
I get
catchy.
fucking
That was
Starship.
really what it was.
And then she had these whack ass songs that people
And Bees in the Trap.
gave passes to, and I was just like,
Because she got
Like,
that pop culture to follow her, and let's be real, people who enjoy pop going over to hip hop, they're not like the KRS-One. They're the Will Smith. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to have this certain, you have to be colorful and, you know, and go along with just about everything that pop stands for. And Nicki was able to do that. So I'll give her props on that aspect. She was able to cross over because some of her songs were on the pop charts. You know, they were not just listed as hip hop.
I mean, she definitely has done her mobile thing. I mean, I don't like her attitude either.
Yeah, because and then
her interviews turned me off.
Right, and then when it came to her and Cardi, it's once again
totally different energies.
Right, but no, I mean the way she spoke about Cardi, the way she spoke about all these different female artists, as if she thought that she could only be she could be the only one. And look at where she is now. Let you put out something right now, and she tried to not that long ago, and it got nowhere near where Cardi got, and she bashed Cardi as if Cardi wasn't gonna make it. And I feel like Nicki shot herself in the foot, unless it was planned. I doubt it though, because of her history. But unless it was planned, Nicki helped Cardi because she was hating on her so bad that people were in support of Cardi because of Nicki. Like, oh nah, I don't. Because me personally, I didn't like Cardi when she first came out. When I saw how hard Nicki was hating on her, I was like, let me check this girl out.
So, one thing about that is, you know, I'm a big fan of The Secret, and you know, elections have been going on stuff like this. For Nicki, Carly's fans, they were necessarily pro Carly, but they were more anti-Nicki fans. And then as she started creating more anti-Nicki fans, those anti-Nicki fans became pro Carly. And that's what created the point to see. She's in, and now
as she started creating more anti-Nicki fans,
and I mean,
those anti-Nicki
like
fans
I said, the reason
Cardi.
why I look further into Cardi is because I don't like Nicki.
She's in, and now
I mean, that's real. And then Cardi had a performance. I can't remember what show it was. It was a while ago. And she brought all these hip hop artists, female, onto the stage with her.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Because it was Remy had just got out. She had Lil Kim. I think she had MC Light, like, come on now. And that's what I like. She will promote and raise up other female artists, just like Nicki wasn't gonna rock with Megan the way that Cardi did. Not that way.
Everybody want to talk about that big L?
Or did not.
No, that Nicki took from Remy.
Yeah, she did, man.
She became a word.
But Remy was great. Like the whole time I felt like the whole time she was locked up, it was like, I'm coming for her.
No, that Nicki took.
I'm coming for her.
Like Remy said, she near the house.
She became a word.
Mm-hmm. And you know, everybody says that Remy got her info from.
Like Remy said, shit near the house.
To some extent.
But it's a lot of
At the end
things.
of the day, what would still be playing?
Cardi
When we're
had
dead,
that big.
they'll still be playing that song.
Yeah.
I feel like Cardi was an influence in society, in the culture. Whether you like her or not, she has. And I honestly appreciate her grind and her hustle. When I first heard her, I was like, who is this little ratchet girl performing? I don't watch reality shows, so I missed all of that. I missed all of the reality stuff. I see clips now, You know, it's over.
Yeah.
But I missed all of that. But I knowing her story, I'm like, okay, this girl got some hustle to her. Whether I like her music or not, whether I feel like she got the best lyrics ever. No, I like her hustle. She brings good energy. She has produced, you know, as an artist, not necessarily produced, but produced some music that I can rock with.
Yeah.
You know. But so I give her her props. You know, I will. But Nikki,
So, what artist do you feel is over?
well, I agree with CP3, that's for sure. There are a lot. Is that
What
messed
artist do
up?
you feel is
No.
overrated?
Because like we mentioned Soldier Boy, he's overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, real talk. Oops.
He's
You know.
very overrated.
And I feel like we have some artists. I haven't heard lately anybody putting this particular artist that I'm about to say in their top. But I feel like Kanye is overrated as an artist. Not as a producer, but as an artist. I know it hurts. I know it hurts. But did you listen to his last album?
Yeah.
Okay, that was awful to me.
You know what I'm saying? I just heard it.
That easy joint is nasty.
I just listened to it. I was just like,
That easy joint is
I was just
nasty.
like,
I feel
oh
like
my god! I was just like, oh Kanye, just.
I feel like Kanye has provided some moments. He definitely
I
has.
think it depends on his mental state more.
And that may be true. It could be his mental state. Like he has to be in the right mental state in order to produce some good music.
Yeah.
Like I really do. That what you're saying is probably true. So meaning if he's in the right state of mind, that's when we get the best Kanye. Because I've heard some music by him, and I'm like, well, what?
Yeah, he's definitely in the category. I put him in the category of a musical genius. Lyrically,
are you talking lyrically or
lyrically, he's I give him above average. I can't say he's great, but to me, he's an above average lyricist for someone coming from a producer background. That's the way I put it.
But I've heard people literally say like he's the best, and I'm like, nah.
But when they say he's the best, they mean he's the best rapper producer.
Maybe that's what it is because you can't tell me that he's the best.
There's no way we can say. There's no way, and I'm a Kanye fan, so y'all can come with me if you want to. Y'all might not want to put it, but there's no way we can say he's the best rapper.
No, and people who say that, and I've heard people say that, and I'm like, nah. Like he's giving us some moments for that's
Kanye has made great albums.
There's no way we can say he's the best rapper.
And even his weaker albums are better than some of these people's. They're better than average albums. Like even a weak album for Kanye because the bar is so high of stuff that he's done. You're like, yo, this is okay, but it's no college dropout.
Right.
You know.
Them better than average.
It's
like even a weak album for Kanye.
When Michael Jackson didn't go diamond,
stuff that he's done,
and they're like Michael Jackson, so
this is okay, but
records,
no
they're like that's a failure. Nigga,
you know,
that's a failure.
It's
2 million. You're like
Michael Jackson didn't go diamond.
You know how many artists would kill just to sell 2 million?
2 million records,
So
they're like that's a failure.
Like with Kanye, I just think he's the best rapper producer.
You're like,
and
well, I mean, then you talking Drake? Is Drake better?
Who?
Drake?
He's not.
You sound like you sound like Soulja Boy. Drake. But for hip hop, that's what I feel. But for R&B, people gonna hate me for this, but I feel like it's Drake.
Drake.
Yeah, I think Monica's way better. And Britney Spears, she's overrated.
Britney got a lot of hits.
She got hits, but Christina Aguilera was better. Vocally speaking, no, neither one of them. I feel like the girl rival. I feel like their rival was a better singer. You see what I'm saying? Like Christina can blow, Britney can just sing. Monica can blow. Brandy can sing.
Like Christina can blow.
Okay.
Brittany
So I feel like, and it's an unpopular opinion. I
Well,
know.
my opinion is
Monica can blow.
What's your opinion?
the most overrated person to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I feel like I agree.
And it's an unpopular opinion.
I feel like
They give
his best work is when he's high.
they give Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne says a lot of stupid
Overrated
shit when he
person to
rhymes.
me.
And
Well, yeah, I feel like I agree.
he has a lot of songs
I feel like they
that
give
doesn't make them all good.
they give
He
Lil
has a
Wayne.
rock
Lil Wayne says a lot of stupid
album
shit when he rhymes.
that
And
did anybody buy it?
White
he has a lot of songs that
people,
doesn't
that's
make
what
them
Lil
all
Wayne
good.
is. To me,
He has a rock.
and I think to me Drake is a better artist than Lil Wayne.
Anybody buy it?
I mean,
White
honestly, yes, Drake has more to say.
or that's
But
Lil Wayne.
I'm not a big Drake
me,
fan. I like Drake before he got
and
popular, back when he
I
had
think
like
to
his
me
little
Drake is a
promos,
better
his little
artist than
flat
Lil
twist.
Wayne. I mean, honestly, yes, Drake has more to say. But
I mean, I really did like Drake back then. Like back in MySpace days, I had Drake's song on my MySpace page. When you went to my MySpace page, his song "Replacement Girl" with Trey Songz. That was technically the first song they ever done. That was playing on my MySpace. I liked Drake then. The Drake now is like, okay.
with Trey Songz,
I mean, Certified Lover Boy sucked. But
I mean, I feel like that was him and Kanye going back and forth, just doing stuff. I didn't really, I didn't like it either, honestly.
right.
I feel like that was him.
I didn't like Certified Lover Boy either.
Couple cuts.
I'm gonna be real with you. The highlight on the album for me on Certified Lover Boy was Daddy's Home because I liked the song that he sampled. Not because, I mean, when I went back and listened to the message, it was a little better. But the first thing that stuck out to me was because it was sampled from a song that I liked. Not because I was like, oh, this song. Wow. That was my highlight.
The thing about it was I knew from the title of Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah, it was gonna be something.
When you look at the album cover, you know, with
The part-
But I'm gonna tell you,
I knew from the title of Certified Lover Boy.
what did it for me for Lil Wayne was he did was it the Karter 3 or the Karter 4? The one where they did the intro and all the niggas rapped on it but Lil
But I'm
Wayne.
gonna tell you,
All the niggas that were better than Lil Wayne rapped.
what did it for me for Lil Wayne was he did
And
Karter 3.
then when I finally heard the stuff,
The one where they did the intro and all the niggas rapped on it but Lil Wayne.
this shit is,
All the niggas that were better than Lil Wayne rapped.
it's not great. It's not bad.
And
But
then when I finally heard the stuff,
nigga, you had us on wait for this shit?
Yeah. I feel like if you take away the music
it's not
and you
great.
listen to just the lyrics,
It's not bad.
if it doesn't make
but-
you sit up and be like, "What?" then
Nigga,
it's
you had
trash.
us on wait for this shit.
The beat made your song. And Lil Wayne, I agree.
A lot of the beats make this song. Because a lot of the stuff he does is.
But truth be told, a lot of people blame Lil, and then I do mean blame Lil Wayne for a lot of the music that
The
he
mumble
has
rap.
today. Right.
Because he started that, he was high. I don't know if somebody had a finger up his ass or he was having a, he was having a brain aneurysm.
He trying to get us put off.
The mumble rap.
Hey, man.
Because he
It
started.
ain't me this time.
I don't know if somebody had a finger up
It's
his
a
ass or
quick
he was having
scoring
a-
update. Kansas City is up 26-21
Good
over
job.
Buffalo in the fourth quarter with 8:55 left. There was
Too
a
much time.
there was a punt. Excuse me. There was a penalty, so the Buffalo was forced to repunt. Tyreek Hill then broke it for almost 50 yards, got to the 20, but Buffalo's defense stood up, got a hell of a play on the third down and make them lose 5 yards and take the field goal. So yeah, it's a real interesting game. I said it's going to come down to the wire. I took Buffalo, but it's in Kansas City, so we're going to see how this one pans out.
Well, I honestly hope that you're wrong for this one.
Hey,
You've been right about everything else, but I want you to be wrong on this one.
it might be Buffalo time, man. And then, depending on who win the NFC Championship game, I might be rooting for Buffalo because I damn sure ain't rooting for Trent Williams in San Francisco.
I'd rather San Francisco win than Buffalo, honestly.
I do not want Trent Williams getting the ring. Fuck him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a personal thing.
Yeah, personal. Yeah.
I don't really care about him.
Another rapper who I
Much
think
more.
is over is fully in this show is Overrated. Young Thug. I don't know what the fuck he says.
I've heard his name, but I don't know if I've ever heard his music. So
I'm
I
not.
don't.
I don't know enough
I know
about his
he's
music.
on
I've heard some music.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that was rapping. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
It's a lot of
Two squirrels rapping.
That's why I said a lot of people blame Lil Wayne for that sound.
Yeah, because he's on the product. So. It's like if Lil Wayne impregnated one of the amigos
You know what?
and their mouth got crushed by a dump truck.
Yeah, because he's on the product. It's like if Lil Wayne impregnated one of them.
And you know,
and then
what's it, Offset who used to dance for Whitney Houston? Was it Offset? I think it was Offset. Don't get me wrong, one of the Migos.
Was he on set when he danced?
He was a kid, and he, like, if you, I think he was in the I Am Every Woman video.
Oh shit.
But it was like a whole bunch of little boys dancing in like suits. He was little. Like, think about it. If I say Whitney Houston, then yeah,
I'm just saying.
he was little.
That's just
sad.
funny. That's just funny.
As I said, that's funny.
Nah, it's just
He's a little kid. He was
Yeah.
getting money.
yeah.
You know what?
Just saying he's in the I Am Every Woman video. That's just funny.
He was a little, because they had a whole bunch of, like, it was maybe about 5 little boys, and they had suits on, so it wasn't like he was doing something feminine.
Yeah, I know. I was a
Yeah.
Whitney Houston fan.
And
I
he
remember
was
the video.
dancing, and
That was
he
with a
was-
girl. Yeah, until she started fucking with that rock and bottom.
that was like way before people realized that. I'm Every Woman. Apparently, they said that she had already had her first hit way before that.
Well, she was handling it better.
Some people say she's the one that got Bobby hooked.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because one of her family members stepped up and said that they were the reason why she was on drugs, not Bobby.
Oh wow.
Honestly, you said a lot of people said she's the one that got Bobby hooked. Apparently, that was what brought them together. The fact that they both like the same stuff.
Pass that rock, baby.
It's like The Rock. We're not talking about Jay-Z.
But I still found the funniest interview ever was when she was like, "Crack this one." Right. I don't have no receipts. Can someone show me the receipts? I was like,
Oh,
attitude. Okay, honey.
Yo, there's a call. There's a call where she went up. When
Wendy
she called up
Williams.
Wendy Williams,
Oh.
and she checked the shit out of her.
Wendy, I don't know what you're talking about. Wendy. Are you gonna talk about your drug problem? Wendy? I was like, oh my god. She was terrible. And then her and Joe, right. Those are two that went off on Wendy. Like epic. It was epic.
I can't stand her.
Oh, Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Wendy, she's doing bad.
Oh wow.
He says, oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Karma's
they
another.
said a lot of people are saying she don't recognize her
She has dementia.
her people around
She
her.
halfway put down exceptional class too.
She tried.
Halfway put down exceptional
Yeah,
class.
she tried.
Because there's certain DC DJs she used to too.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And we already know. Well, I ain't
That it
gonna
was
get
that
in.
who she was talking about. She
You're
was
right.
trying to come
And
for
you
Donnie
won't get in
Simpson.
all that.
You come for Donnie
You know.
Simpson, you gonna have all the DC extras.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
you know, the one
That's what I.
you would think that she learned her lesson. That's why she got sent to Philly when she tried to put Puff on blast and then they came back. Which he is, by the way.
You know what? That is not my business.
My brother worked at a Ritz Carlton.
I know. A lot of people have said and have public
He
receipts.
said that they saw Puff go up with multiple men and they burnt the sheets afterwards.
My thing is that Wendy, and I feel like for me, the lowest that she went was when she announced to the world that Method Man's wife had cancer.
And
that was the lowest of the low. All because she wanted Method Man to be her man.
Yeah. He said he never hit that. Which, if I was him, I would say the same thing.
Whether he did or not.
And
Because that's not a good look. Honestly, the way Wendy looks now is completely different from the way she was. A lot better. It's not a little bit. She looked like a whole different person. Like you may not even recognize.
Like if you want to throw up, see Wendy Williams in the babysit. That shit is bad.
Yeah, I saw that.
That shit is terrible.
But
That's just like a
Wendy,
scarecrow with balloons.
Like if you want
And
to
I
grow up,
don't
see Wendy
wish
Williams
bad
in the bathing
things
suit. That shit is
on
nasty.
Wendy. But I will
That
say,
shit's terrible.
karma, man.
That's
Well,
just like a scarecrow with blue.
Wendy causes 90% of her trouble. And Wendy had good relationships with people, but then she fucked them up to be famous.
Yep.
And
Well,
the whole
She
Method
had
Man
no
thing.
90% of her
she had no limits.
Wendy had good
She
relationships
did
with
whatever.
people, but then she fucked them up to
And
be famous.
like even the whole how she would put
whole Method
people on
Man
blast. Like you put Chris Brown on blast for beating Rihanna, but your husband was beating you. But every day for 10 years.
And
or
like,
for 20 years or whatever long that show was
how
on.
she would put
Executive
people on
produced by
blast.
whatever his
Like
name.
you put Chris Brown on blast for beating
And I mean,
Rihanna,
just
but your
when
husband
she
was
talked
beating
about
you.
Whitney and her drug problems, Wendy,
Every day for 10 years.
you had drug problems,
20 years,
and probably
whatever
at
long
that
show
time
was
was
on,
using drugs. But you
executive
call her
produced
Whitney?
by whatever his name is.
Like, come on now.
She's smoking while she's sniffing coke.
And that's the thing that people was talking about. People was people was talking about that. It's even Judge Joe Brown has said it. You always putting other people's business out, but when yours come out, you don't like that.
No, I mean, it was when she did that Aaliyah book, and it was the most terrible thing ever.
Yeah.
Didn't have the backing of the family, and I've seen William Williams. She used to dog people on television show about what I mean. Sucked into that. She said, "Well, I believe it's number one like
Didn't
that."
have the backing of the family.
There was no other movie at that time that anyway. It was just the regular Lifetime movies that nobody really watched.
That movie sucked.
It was number one because people watched.
My
See
movie
how
was the number
fucking
one on
bad it
Lifetime.
But even still, look at what Lifetime movie produces on the regular.
Garbage.
And that is one movie that they actually
It was number
pushed.
1 because people watched to see how
They
fucking bad it
actually, advertised. So yes, it's going to be the number one movie on Lifetime. Lifetime. That's not. I'm no shade to Lifetime and the people who watch. But
The
real
most
talk,
violent channel
other
on
than
television.
Christmas time, don't nobody watch Lifetime. So having the number one movie on Lifetime, I don't feel like is a great accomplishment. Now, if it was on like HBO, who's known to have a whole bunch of movies, that's different, especially right now.
No, what I'm saying, Lifetime is what destroyed a lot of young women in their 30s relationships. They grew up watching shit on Lifetime and it snapped.
Lifetime is
It's the most violent channel on television.
I'm gonna be honest with you because my college roommate, she used to watch Lifetime. She loved Lifetime. She would just be watching Lifetime. I couldn't do it.
The man hated it.
I couldn't do it. I would be sitting there like, for real. And all of them had the same plot. So when people talk about these Christmas movies and how they all have, that's what Lifetime does. They take the same plot and split it up between all these different movies. So yes, the Christmas movies are all going to be the same plot. All of them.
All the movies have the same plot.
Yes, exactly. So they have the Christmas movies, which have a happy type of thing around it, happy vibe to it, and then all the other movies just all bad.
Look, when I see my mom watch, my mom used to watch Tops.
Which they took off the air.
Lifetime.
They're still streaming it.
In America.
I mean, yeah, you can stream it, but it's not on.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
on,
anything.
it's on the,
And with
on
those
the
combinations,
Fox
I
Nation
knew
or some shit. I saw
I
commercial.
knew I would never have accepted that.
Lifetime and America's Most Wanted. And with those combinations, I knew
those combinations of those shows, I knew I was never going to accept that.
Yeah, I don't rock for Lifetime. I never did. I can't do it.
Like Lifetime is the man. I swear, it's the man in that. Lifetime, what have you think a nigga going to the store and he really be going to the store is out here doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And really, he just went to get you some bread.
I'm going to go visit his second fam.
I mean,
Hey, man, I ain't got a first family. Shit.
You just told us the story of you slept with you. Well, you got kids with your sister.
Let's get it right.
See, you are a Lifetime movie. You are a walking Lifetime.
I did not have sexual relations
Here we
with
go.
that woman.
Here we go.
Well, you got head.
But you cannot refuse head.
See,
I could not.
Bill Jr.
I would not tell a lie.
Oh, wait. We going there too? We just going to hit up all the presidents today.
But
Hey man, this got me in trouble a couple of times.
Uh-huh.
Just like good old Billy
So
said.
today you're lying bigly. I got another present for you. There you go.
Hey, like I say, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Oh, that ain't a present.
He wanted to use it though.
I don't know what 151 over there doing. He done had too much baddies.
Not yet. It's never enough.
Mm-hmm.
What I was doing is look for a song to play for us to leave.
Not yet. Never enough.
This game gonna come out to the bar.
You play a lot of Renegade.
What I was doing is look for a song to play for us to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got notifications on TikTok. If only if I paid attention to this shit.
I wish somebody would be
I
like,
can't
we
do
can play a
it.
lot of Renegade stuff. There's a fucking reason.
I'm not a fad person.
I can see CP3 tugging on.
Oh, I got
I can
notifications
see.
on TikTok.
I'm about to say, I can see him on TikTok not doing a video, but looking at everybody else stuff.
Nah, I ain't never done TikTok, but they say that's the new, Snapchat and TikTok. I'm working on trying to get somebody to run it. But yeah, I thought I had somebody, but yeah, she bullshitting.
Mm-hmm. Thought you had somebody.
You know what? I was gonna play Renegade, but I think
So they don't think.
Four, 3 minutes left.
You know what? I was gonna play Renegade, but I'm.
Kansas City still up by 5.
All right,
Buffalo driving. They on their 30.
Come on, KC.
4th and 4. This is the play of the game right here.
Take that.
Oh, look at Josh Allen. He avoided the rush and got the first. Wow.
KC?
Josh Allen, yeah, he got the first down. He ran for it. Oh, wow. And they saw it coming. They blitzed right up the middle. He had to avoid a rush. Oh, boy. That's the play of the game right there.
Always on top, put it on me, I'm Ja Rule. Only for the rule, shit, I might act a damn fool. Diving in your pool, doing laps like a tongue do. Now I got you, what you gon' do? Secrets, been in your pinky secrets. Surfing on this wave, shit, I'm seasick. Oh, Michael Jackson, I just beat it. Night and shining, I'ma slay your dragons for your secrets. Destiny, you and me, make the perfect recipe. Until it's R.I.P. Yeah. You know what it is, and I put that on A&T. Need a queen bee, man, I feel like I'm Jay-Z. Secrets I've been dying to know. When I hit it, I might lose control. Looking like a stripper when she on that pole. Make a ZZ like Beyonce knows. Working for a nigga like whoa. Hit it, I might lose control. Tell me what no one knows. I'll make a ZZ like Beyonce. Working for a nigga like whoa. Hit it, I might lose control. Tell me what no one knows. I'll make a ZZ like Beyonce. Tell me all your secrets, I've been dying to know. When I hit it, I might lose control. Looking like a stripper when she on that pole. Make a CZ